602-977-1900.
All right, you guys are hot.
LernerandRowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey everybody, good afternoon to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and children of all ages, we welcome you in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jax is here with us today. Connor back in the studio. 9:10 a.m. is where you can find us. Also 99.9 FM HD2. And on the iHeartRadio app, it is a freebie. Here today at Twin Peaks, Camelback is where we are located. Always on a Thursday. Manuch, we always hang out at a Twin Peaks.
Yeah, missed it last week. You guys were out there, out of Deer Valley?
Yep.
Tempe. Yeah,
Yep.
Or you in Tempe last week?
Tempe, yeah.
Week before that out there at Deer Valley, but always nice to come into Twin Peaks and see all of the baseball games
They're all right.
that are going on. And we'll get into the debacle that was the Braves and the Diamondbacks in just a few minutes here. But, yeah, come on in. What's there, about 90 TVs in here all over the place? 90 is a number that I use.
I was just going to say, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's 1,190. Just a slight exaggeration of it's a hell of a lot of TVs in here. But a great location out here at the Twin Peaks on Camelback. Basically in the southeast corner, tucked back there in the corner at 20th Street Camelback.
There you go. Now you know where we're located. Now we're going to get the show underway. So let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
I think it's pretty obvious. We had a little baseball game, and it was in the morning here, which was kind of fun because we got a chance to watch most of it while we were getting ready for the show. Look, I thought it was going to be like a 2-1 game because the starting pitchers were on fire. Zach Gallen was terrific. Through about 5.5 innings, and then all of a sudden
he was throwing a perfect game through 6 innings.
That's what I say. He was terrific. Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Perfect game.
And then they start going to the bullpen, and problems big time. So the Diamondbacks take the lead in the game, and you think, okay, they're going to end up and they're going to sweep this series in Atlanta. Manuch, all of a sudden, the wheels fall off the wagon.
Well, they're up 4-1, and then Atlanta comes back and gets 2, and it's now 4-3. Diamondbacks, to your point, get another one in the top of the 8th. They're up 5-3. Nothing to see here, right? Well, to your point, yeah, the bullpen basically absolutely implodes. All of a sudden, after that, Castro comes in. He takes the loss. He throws just 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned.
Yeah.
And then Nelson comes in the bottom of the 8th, he gives up that one last dinger, the one last shot, if you will, to kind of salvo the victory for the Braves. And Jimmy, I'm like you. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're going to sweep the Braves. They've already won the series.
They have. Yeah.
You go, man. This is pretty damn good. And then to your point, you look at the perfect game going for Zach Gallen. What a great game he had up until that 7th inning. And then here's Strider. I mean, he's just laying it out.
Rolling along, too.
Oh, he's rolling along, and all of a sudden this rookie DH comes up, Canzone, his first dinger of his career, and goes way yard. He goes about 380 feet, and he brings in 3 runs for the D-backs, and you're going, man, another young prospect coming up, getting some playing time, and you're kind of scratching your head going, why is this kid playing? Well, you know what? If they're there and they feel that with the pitching that they have, it's just awesome to see. It's just interesting on, I want to say Jody Jackson. I went to her Twitter page.
Okay.
And she had a shot of him coming in the dugout. And he goes, I got his ass. I got his ass. So it's great to be that footage coming from the dugout.
Right.
As he's coming in, guys are all jacked up, and you hear all of a sudden, I got his ass. I got his ass. And you're like, wow. I mean, it was kind of like pulling the curtain back.
Yes.
And thank you, Jody, for sharing that. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
At Jody_Jackson. And so it's just fun to see. But I'm like you, Jimmy. All right, this is great. All right. We're gonna get their groove on and head to Cincinnati.
Right, exactly.
After 3 games, but I will say this: they won the series, but again, it reared its ugly head. The bullpen once again rears its ugly head, and basically this bullpen gives up 4 runs and allows this Braves team to come back and win. Now, Zach Gallen got tagged for 3 runs. He was cruising right along. But he gave up 3 runs, all earned as well, too.
All right, so they couldn't go to Ginkel because he had come in the last 2 games.
Back-to-back.
Got back-to-back saves against the Braves. So they go to the pen, and then all of a sudden, Atlanta decides, okay, we've had enough of this. We are not going to get swept in our home ballpark, and they have back-to-back jacks.
Well, and you look at, Olsen comes in that 7th inning, and all of a sudden he gets 2 runs or 3 runs there. They take the lead. And then, Carroll comes up. He gets a home run, another home run for that young man.
Yep.
He's also got, 29 steals on the year. And then Riley, this is his 4th home run in 4 games, goes yard, and Atlanta takes the lead as 2 runs score. And then Olsen, as you mentioned, gets the I call it insurance run there.
Insurance run?
In the bottom of the 8th.
Yep.
But again, just giving up the long ball and giving up those hits by this Diamondback team, and you feel pretty good about their hitting. But again, I quite frankly think Mike Hazen's going, okay, who are some of the bullpen individuals out there that we can go make a deal by the end of August 1st, in about a week and a half here, to finally bolster that bullpen. Not so much worry about another starter. I think Kelly's coming back Tuesday.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah, I think he's coming back Tuesday.
They need him desperately.
Gallen, Kelly. After that, I don't know which way you go. You look at a couple of solid guys from that standpoint. But all that being said, Jimmy, they've got to get some reliable arms. Looks like Ginkel is, I don't know, this week he's reliable. Next week it could be different.
Yeah, you don't know. It's a crapshoot.
Well, like Forrest Gump. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But I think Mike Hazen needs to know what he's going to get or what he has.
I'm with you on that.
If he's going to make that run to win the National League West, and right now when you look at this National League West, I'm going to go to the standings here just real quick. They were 1.5 to being the D-backs last night. Currently, as of right now, I think the Dodgers have got to play tonight. So you look at it, they're 2 games out. They're all right.
Yeah.
But you just can't give those kind of games away. And how do you think Zach Gallen's probably feeling about right now? Throwing a perfect game through 6 innings. They got to him for 3 runs.
Yeah.
But you got the 5 runs. You think you hold it, and you get his victory after an outstanding performance. Frustration abounds. Shake it off. Going to Cincinnati and win that series.
All right. There is a major golf tournament that is taking place today as well. It is indeed the British Open, and it is so nice to get up in the morning, turn on the TV, and there is golf, and it's a major. And actually, they got great conditions to play in. It wasn't that windy. It was relatively warm, and the tide was out, which made even a greater viewership as far as the beauty, which is where that course is located.
Or if you're up till 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm on the lineup and looking here and looking there, and I'm going, damn, that's right. The British Open is on.
Yeah.
And I think I watched maybe the first 3 or 4 holes and said, that's enough. But at that time, Lambrecht, who is the amateur, Christo Lambrecht, is the leader at he's tied for the lead at -5 with Fleetwood and Grillo. I think I say Emiliano Grillo.
Grillo, correct.
All shooting 66. And your point too, Jimmy, I was relatively pleased that the weather was cooperative.
It was nice. Yeah.
Now, some of those bunkers, which I think you have to get a ladder to climb down and a ladder to get back up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially on the 17th hole.
Oh,
what the hell?
Look, I'm dying laughing because we saw Tony Finau. Jax, who was the other guy that also?
John Rahm.
John Rahm. Yes. They both took out putters, and they're in the bunker.
Yeah.
And putted the ball away from the embankment of the bunker.
Well, yeah, you mentioned 17. Rory had a tough time on 18 getting out of the bunker, and then Justin Thomas went from bunker to bunker and shot a 9 on 18, par 5, and shot a 9. So it was a rough day for him shooting at 82, but it's day one. So we'll see how the weather cooperates, because if the weather is pretty bad the next couple of days, that course is going to be hell.
Well, and we're going to catch up with Steve Jones here, U.S. Open champ in 1996, that he's played this course. We'll catch up with him 1:30 just to talk about the course and the conditions on the tour and how you challenge the 17th and 18th hole, or how you challenge this hole or that hole on the conditions. Because, as you know, guys, as windy as it gets over there, guys will say, well, look, we had we're 150 out, and we're playing the hole almost, 180 to 190. Mm-hmm. So they're clubbing down, or clubbing up. If you're hitting a 4-iron, you're going up to a 2 or 3-iron. I think Rory hit like a 2-iron. It was playing like 180, and he played it like 220. The wind was some strong at last week's tournament, the Scottish Open.
Yes.
So I mean, just the strategies.
Yeah.
And knowing, but also we're knowing where to place the ball or where to miss. Because if you're going to miss, you better miss in the right spot.
You don't want to hit those bunkers.
But I'm like, wow. And I think it seemed like maybe it was a Scottish Open, one of the British Opens a couple years ago. It looked like the bunker was lined in brick. It was like a brick bunker, and it might have just been the caliche or the hard clay. But those are some of the challenges these guys are going to have. So we'll catch up with Steve here in about 15 minutes.
All right. Every once in a while, my esteemed colleague Manuch comes up with a good question.
Once in a while, Jimmy, come on, man.
I was like stunned when he came up with the one here today. So here it is, and it is a good one, and we were going to dive into this question as the show continues. It is the State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. For a free quote, repair, or installation, just go to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. And here's the question. Do you give quarterback Kyler Murray a pass on evaluating him this year for the future because of the knee injury? And here are your two options. Yes, he needs a full year. No, we already have a large enough sample size. Good question, Manuch. That's an excellent question. I wish I would have thought of it so I could have taken credit for it. I hate giving you credit.
It comes on the heels of what Steve Keim said the other day.
Yes.
His comments, backhanded. I couldn't figure out what the hell he was saying about Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of did, hey, he'd be one of my top 5 quarterbacks this year, but he questioned his maturity. He questioned some of the stuff he's doing, questioned where he's at. So it's kind of like, okay, we'll ask the fans. I mean, and we kind of joked about it yesterday in reference to, the tanking question.
Yes.
Do you tank to go get that first pick, which will probably be Caleb Williams of USC?
And wasn't it overwhelmingly from the fans?
Yes, to tank to go after Caleb Williams. And my comment was, hey, look, if you win 2-3 games and you get the first pick, I undoubtedly take Caleb Williams as my quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And you can keep Kyler Murray. You can, you keep him because you're going to get the minimum Cardinal salary. That's already right. Or the rookie salary for him. It'd just be his bonus. But I would look to him to be the heir apparent, sitting and waiting, or maybe not sitting, standing and waiting if Kyler Murray is still on this team. Because I don't think you want to grab a Caleb Williams and throw him in the fire initially. I think you'd want a good few games, unless Kyler Murray is just all over the arc. It's just an absolute mess this year. But for me, in particular, after letting this marinate most of the night, I've seen enough of a sample size. He's got him. Once he's healthy, he comes back 4th game, 5th game, 6th game. All right, Kyler, it's go time. Show me what you got. Your knee, if they're letting you come back on this football field, I want to see you come out and perform how a 5th-year quarterback should be performing at this level in the National Football League.
Well, attempt to break.
It's a good one, I can tell you that. And we will update as the show continues. All right, up next is our Valley Chevy Dealer Sounds of the Night. Well, actually, it's Sounds of the Morning, because we're going to get in to all of the home runs that were hit with the Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. It's coming up. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Brock for RightToyota.com.
Clear. Sorry about that.
They'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools.
Yep, you got it.
RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
At Lerner & Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. And we're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner & Rowe has recovered $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
What's all the huss about?
Jeff and Leah Huss on Scottsdale Blonde.
Scottsdale Blonde is a local favorite.
You can find Scottsdale Blonde at your local grocery store, retailers, and your favorite local beer shop. And as always, at findhussbeer.com.
Find Arizona's hometown beer at your local grocery store or findhussbeer.com. Grab a Scottsdale Blonde and sip some sunshine. Find it on draft or in stores at findhussbeer.com. That's findhussbeer.com.
Moving abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
For the Valley Chevy Dealers top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray, now to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by
you guys are hot.
Chevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're hanging out. Twin Peaks Camelback is where you can find us. They have a nice crowd already here. Everybody watching afternoon Major League Baseball.
Everybody's out of the heat.
They are. They're trying to stay cool just like us. It is indeed our Valley Chevy Sounds normally of the night, but today it is Sounds of the morning. And the reason is because it was a getaway game for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves today. 7-5 is the final score. Atlanta comes back to win. So, Manuch, we will start, and this is tell that quick story about Jody Jackson as we get to Calzone's home run. But tell the story first, then I'll run it.
Calzone's is very good if you're in a Italian restaurant. Canzone's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Canzone's. Thank you.
Hey, now you made me hungry,
I do
Jimmy.
like Calzone's.
But Canzone, basically, he homers 3-run shot in the 7th inning after what a great 6 games.
Yeah,
that's being pitched by both Gallen and Stryker. So you're sitting there all of a sudden. So there's the footage. He comes around into the dugout, and there the guys go, the rookie got his first home run, his first dinger, comes around and comes down the steps. All of a sudden, here's, I got his ass. I got his ass. Thank you, Jody Jackson, for sharing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. I mean, it's like being on the sideline in a football game or miking up the quarterbacks or miking up the players or whatever. And I just love hearing that this rookie was jacked up as he comes around the bases and then just say, "Yeah, I got his ass." That is so classic. And the guys are all patting him on the butt and whatnot. But,
sure.
That'd be exciting for that young man against, the best team in baseball. And, looking at Strider, who's one of the best pitchers in all of Major League Baseball.
All right, so that's the backstory. So this is how it sounded. Thank you to Major League Baseball.
Dominic Canzone, fly ball right field. Acuna will turn and watch this one go. Dominic Canzone, and the answer backs answer right back again. The rookie with his first Major League home run, and again, what a moment for it. Dominic Canzone makes it 3-1 Diamondbacks, home run number 1.
That's pretty cool. It really is.
Is that a great Italian name? Hey, Dominic Canzone. Hey, Hey, Dom. Hey, kiss a ditch. How you doing, buddy? Hey, tough guy, come on over here. Hey, I saw you went yard against that guy from Atlanta. Who's that tough guy they got on the mound over there? Hey, Dom, had a baby. Keep it up going.
All right, back to the highlights, please. Rivera also the next at bat. Again, thank you to Major League Baseball.
Activity in the Brave bullpen. Rivera sends one the other way. That one's gone. They go back to back. Emmanuel Rivera. And it's 4-1 Diamondbacks looking for the sweep in Atlanta.
Well, they were looking for the sweep, and at that time, everybody was happy.
Well, and Rivera, he's 2 for 3, had the one opposite field knock there going all the way, and you're feeling damn good, as you said, Jim. You're up 4-1. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they're going to get the brooms out against the Braves. You're feeling really, really good, but things start to happen for the Braves about that 7th inning.
There you go. All right. We would be remiss if we didn't mention this Carroll guy for the Diamondbacks. He's not a bad player, Manuch. He's got some skill. That's all I'm going to say, courtesy of Major League Baseball.
Corbin Carroll, fly ball, right field, and watch it go! Corbin Carroll, and the Diamondbacks lead it 5-3 as they look for that 3-game sweep in Atlanta.
Boy, just another little cushion there on an 0-2 pitch. Got a 4-seam fastball, tried to come in.
That's their 3rd home run today, their 3rd in 2 innings.
So at that time, if you're a D-backs fan, you're feeling pretty good about this game.
You get the insurance right.
Yeah.
You're up 4-3. Now you're up 5-3.
Yeah.
Did he say Carbon Carroll?
He did.
Is that his nickname?
I don't know if it
He's made out of carbonite or something like that?
It is.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, I just probably a slip of the tongue there. At any rate, you're feeling good. And then all of a sudden, in the bottom of the 8th inning, things begin to change. And it's all for the good if you are an Atlanta Braves fan. Thank you to MLB once again.
The offense has come to life. Line deep, left center field.
3 minutes.
Gone! Braves lead. 4th homer of the series for Austin Riley.
Now he's knocking the cover off the ball.
4 dingers in 3 days.
Yes.
4 dingers in 3 days. He is just hot.
Yeah.
Hot. But, a 3-run knock, all of a sudden they take the lead and go up 6-5 and go, what the hell?
Yeah.
A wasted performance, wasted with that. But as things would have it, you just got to, there's got to be some things, I think, Jimmy, that have got to be addressed big time. And I think that's what's going to have to happen one way or the other with that bullpen.
I'm with you 100% on that. So then that brings up Matt Olson. Now, you remember Matt Olson played for the Oakland A's. And then when Freddie Freeman left to sign with the Dodgers, well, they needed to go get a first baseman. So they made a deal to get Matt Olson. And Matt Olson, all he has done is just pick up the slack where Freddie Freeman left for the Braves,
2 minutes.
including the next at-bat. And, well, just listen to this. Thank you to MLB.
High and deep to right. Get out of here. Back to back. Matt Olson to the chop house, 7-5.
Oh, so that was the dagger right there if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, Manuch. So, look, they still win the series, 2 games to 1. Now they're on a jet headed to Cincinnati where they will begin a series with the Reds, who are kind of scuffling along themselves a little bit.
A little bittersweet loss, though, Jimmy. They had that. They could have swept the Braves. I mean, and in that National League West, every opportunity you get a chance to win or blow a victory, I think, you don't want it to come back and haunt you. D-backs are now 2 games back, depending what the Dodgers do today and with the Giants.
1 minute.
You just feel compelled. Oh, man, we let that one slip away. And with this bullpen, you just can't let those slip away.
I'm with you.
And as far as Olsen, when you look at the back-to-back dingers, Olsen, you think that he just said, thank you, God, when he got traded from the A's to the Braves.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm sure he goes to church about every other day. He's probably on the road. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, man.
I went from the worst team in all of baseball to right now the best team in all of baseball.
Unbelievable. That is today's Sounds of the Night, actually the Sounds of the Morning. And it's all brought to you always by our great partnership with your Valley Chevy dealers. Valley Chevy dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Just go to valleychevy.com. And also, since it's so hot outside, guess what? Your Valley Chevy dealers have hot sales on vehicles right now, including a new car, a truck, a crossover, or an SUV, and even deals on certified pre-owned vehicles. It's smoking hot outside, smoking hot inside at your Valley Chevy dealers. Just go to valleychevy.com. All right, so the little golf tournament is taking place across the pond. It is the British Open. We are all kind of watching that because it's on at a great time in the morning. The Champions Tour player and the 1996 U.S. Open champion, Steve Jones. He's going to be our guest to discuss. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending. Clear. Fox Sports 910, Phoenix.
Control Media Day for ASU and U of A is tomorrow. Coach Kenny Dillingham, tight end Jalen Conyers, and defensive back Jordan Clark are representing the Sun Devils. For the Wildcats is head coach Jed Fish, quarterback Jaden DeLaura, and quarterback Traden Stooks. A promising start for the D-backs against the Braves this morning turned into a 7-5 loss in the series finale. Zach Gallen took a perfect game into the 6th, while the bullpen failed to protect the late 2-run lead. The Mercury go for a second straight win out of the All-Star break in tonight's game against the Chicago Sky. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
To get in on real estate investments, GC Global Capital has financing with no income verification. Call 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License NV092493. An equal opportunity employer.
Make the right choice, right Toyota in North Scottsdale. There are so many dealers to choose from, but there's only one that truly cares about the people here in Arizona. Right Toyota is family owned. They are not some huge corporation led by a bunch of bean counters that are all just concerned with the bottom line. The family at Wright Toyota invests in the community and local charities. Proceeds from every car sold goes directly back to the people in need. Wright Toyota is even dog friendly. If you just want to shop from home, log on to WrightToyota.com for their full inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles.
You got it, I'll let you know.
The right place, the right selection, the right people. Wright Toyota on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at WrightToyota.com.
Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong at Wright Toyota. Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong at Wright Toyota. Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents.
All right, got Steve Jones on the line.
$25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer Playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
I often get asked, how can Lerner and Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm?
I got that.
Simple. We're good at it. Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys, and we have some of the most experienced criminal.
All right, sounds good. We're going to do that in what, the third hour?
Criminal attorneys in Arizona who have handled thousands of criminal and DUI cases, and we offer affordable payment plans.
Yep.
The defense you need is one phone call away.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hyperscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports.
You guys are hot.
And the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody. Yes, we're at Twin Peaks here in Camelback. You can just come on out. Already a great crowd. Everybody enjoying some libations and having some dinner, or I should say afternoon lunch here at Twin Peaks. The ladies are here, and all of the baseball games, the horse racing, the golf, everything are on the big screens here at Twin Peaks. And we are going to talk first round of the British Open. It's always fun when we have Steve Jones on, PGA Champions Tour player, 1996 U.S. Open champ. But I have to open the show because Steve sent us a picture of him holding a very nice sized trout.
Huge.
He is fishing in Montana. But, Steve, I need the whole story. You said you lost other fish. What happened?
Now, we were wondering why we had that big old fish fry going on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's brutal. That's a sore subject. Yeah, we just actually caught quite a few today, and kind of had a little snag there and lost them on the stringer, unfortunately.
How do you lose?
Never happened to me before.
So Steve, how many fish do you think you lost?
Yeah.
And how many pounds of fish do you think that you lost when this string of fish wasn't secured on your boat?
Well, legally, we only had about 6 fish on there, but illegally, maybe 20 or 30. It was going to be a good fish fry tonight, so, oh well. Now, of course, after that, hour and a half ago, that happened. We haven't caught one fish.
That's great. That's great. All right, Steve, let's turn to the British Open real fast. Hey, they had great conditions today. The wind didn't really blow up until later in the afternoon, but no rain. The sun was out. The tide was out. It made it very picturesque. Your thoughts on what you witnessed on day one of the British Open on that course?
Yeah, I actually got to watch some of it here on the river, believe it or not, and this morning early. But yeah, it's all about the weather there. If you don't have the wind or rain, if you get that 5 to 10 miles an hour wind, the course is going to be gettable. I think at this course they have a lot of bunkering that is in play off the tee, so without the wind bouncing around a little bit, but if they get to blowing, it could become a bigger factor. So yeah, that's a big thing. It was a cool story with Matthew Jordan. I guess he's won 3 club championships there and played pretty well there, so he knows the course well. So it's kind of cool to see a guy like that play well.
Yeah, he's -2 currently on the day. Shoots a 69. When you play these courses, are they truly pub links courses pretty much? And you got the wind with you, against you, sideways, and how much knowledge is like a Matthew Jordan? Not that he's going to share any of that knowledge. Comes into play, understanding what you have to deal with.
Yeah, that's huge. It makes it so much easier. You not play your best golf and still finish under par. I think a lot of those guys that know those courses really well. But it's all conditions. You play it in the morning, it's not blowing. In the afternoon, it blows 30, and you're going to be way ahead of the field. So, kind of flip of the coin. Who gets the best conditions, that really makes a difference.
It's interesting, Steve, because you look at the leaderboard and you see you only see 4 American flags in the top 15 or so, and you just wonder, does it play into the hands of the European players in reference to this kind of course, this kind of play?
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, I think we definitely have enough good players that know how to play those courses. It's just we'll see what happens the next couple of days. But I definitely like Brian Harmon's been playing really well, and obviously some other guys, Scheffler and different guys, and Spieth is right there, so he's won before. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm definitely going to be watching this weekend.
How about Stuart Sink? -3. One of the old guys out there shoots a 68.
Yeah, I talked to him the last at the PGA Senior, and he definitely said he wanted to keep playing. He's got a chance to, move up the money list there, and he said he's going to keep playing. But I think the Champions Tour, I think he finished second and third or something the last few majors he played in, and gives him a lot of confidence. And then he goes back to the regular tour, and you keep making birdies, and he knows he's playing well, and he wasn't ready to give up the regular tour yet, and rightly so. He still hits it long enough, and he's definitely got an all-around good game.
Steve Jones is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, I was just waiting for you to come on the show so I could fire this question at you. In your golfing time on any course, have you ever taken out a putter and putted in a bunker because you couldn't get the ball out with your sand wedge, so you had to putt it to move it to a different location in the trap before you could hit the shot?
I actually saw that replay, but no, I haven't had to do that. I have putted out of bunkers before, as did Tom Percher when he won Colonial years ago. But some of those bunkers, yeah, you just got to get it back in a position where you can at least try to get it out.
I was shocked when I saw that.
Well, and then to see so many guys either go right, left, or, as Jimmy alluded to, putt to a spot where you have a good shot. I mean, can you carry your own ladder on your bag when you go over to the British Open to get down in those bunkers and get out?
Yeah, you want to stay away from as much as you can, that's for sure. And I think I'm not sure Tiger hit very many drivers when he won, and he just wasn't hitting them in the bunkers, and that was the key.
I'm real curious your thought. I mean, when we watch it on TV, it just looks like a goat trail. It is what it does. You've been there. You've played on those links courses. What's it like? And please give our listeners the difference between being there and then in that rough with the fescue and everything as compared to what you see in the States.
And what time do they take the goats off the course so you guys can play?
I've definitely played courses over there in Wales where they had sheep and goats on the course. Actually, it was a public course, and that's funny you say that because that's kind of what you think of. But no, it's I love that type of golf. I just think it's so different that we get over here, and there's obviously places like Bandon Dunes and Sand Valley and different places in the U.S. that you can go get that experience. But I love it. It's so different. It's all about conditions. If it's blowing 40 and rainy, it's not fun anywhere. But I love the imagination where, especially when you can get, I can hit shots over 300 yards again, when I play links, if it's downwind. But it's a lot of fun to get that ball rolling and bouncing around. And the greens were always a little bit slow for me. It wasn't my favorite type of course.
3 minutes.
With my bullseye, but that was kind of kept me from playing really well. I finished 15th and 16th a lot, but just couldn't break through.
Steve, does the strategy change just based on the weather? Because I was going to ask you, where do you make your move on the front side or back side, or I guess you don't know until that you look at the weather and the wind and the rain on when you can be aggressive, when you can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could switch around on you a couple times, and you just don't know. But you just try to hit your shot and go find it and do it again. And sometimes you get the bad breaks where you play in more wind than the other guy, and sometimes you don't. So that's just the way it goes.
Steve, do you have a favorite in this tournament, or a couple of guys that you favor as we get ready for round 2 tomorrow?
Well, you always, you wonder when is Fleetwood going to
2 minutes
turn it on, because he's just there so often, and obviously all the guys that are up in the top 20, 25, and there's a lot of guys that are experienced, a lot of guys that aren't. But we're just boating the dock actually right now. Sorry about that.
Sorry, that's all right.
But it's a lot of fun to see how these guys pull this thing up here a little bit.
Don't fall in.
Yeah, be careful, Steve.
I'll send you a picture of a friend of mine that fell in.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait.
So Steve, leave us with this. That photo we were going to post, but I guess it's gone now. So since all your 6 fish are gone, what's going to be the soup du jour at the cabin tonight?
1 minute.
Oh man, we'll probably just make some hamburgers.
That's great. That's great. All right. Look, we'll let you dock the boat.
Hey, and to use a golf acronym, just keep swinging, my man. Just keep swinging.
You got it.
I agree totally, but I look forward to watching some golf this weekend.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks,
you enjoy your fishing trip. We always appreciate you, Steve. Thank you.
He's probably not happy with us about right now. Busted his chops.
I know.
So wink, wink. They might have had 6 fish. But they were big fish. And if you're just tuning in, Steve Jones, former U.S. Open champ, 1996, out fishing all morning. He sent us a photo of one's about 5.5 pound trout. He said the fly fishing, but on the top of the water, blah, blah, blah. He's just popping off and goes, oh, damn. He goes, yeah, we'll get a good reception on the river, but we just lost our line of fish. Gone. So they're going back up the river to see where's that line of fish. Hell, if they unhook, they're gone.
They're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, that is a great story. Look, we always appreciate Steve coming on the show, but he outdid himself this time.
He is so proud of how well they were doing.
Oh, man, he was. Yeah, and then, we got a major problem.
Hey, just like the game of golf, 5 birdies in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, then I got 3 doubles.
Oh,
it's just not good.
Yow. All right, we continue on, and we are broadcasting today, always Thursday, at a Twin Peaks location. Today, we are at Camelback. That's where you can find us. Come on out. Manuch will kiss babies and sign on.
Damn right, man.
Yep, he's good at that. All right, we roll on. When we come back, we're going to on this day a little bit, and Manuch has got some pretty good stuff lined up. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Wembanyama, the #1 draft pick. I had a comment that went viral where I said if he is Kevin Durant or Hakeem Olajuwon, it'll be a disappointment. It was in the context of based on what these scouts are saying. Then, he has to be like a GOAT.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy D broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big bangs can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187, license MB 0924983, an equal opportunity lender.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live.
You guys are hot.
From the Pride Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Rick Camelback. That's where you can find us. Twin Peaks Lodge, your favorite spot. All the televisions, the games are on. Great food and drink, and the views are excellent as well. Twin Peaks. That's where we are today here at Camelback. All right now it is time, though, for one of Manuch's favorite segments on this day. What do you got, Kim?
I'm just wondering what I'm going to make on this day, that you pull it up. But on this day.
You threw 4 interceptions.
No. It had to be sometime in the fall.
Okay,
some of those touchdown passes for K-State. It's few and far between back in the day. We're going to go back to 1858.
I did not call this game.
Jimmy was running the mean streets of Seattle in those days. Fans are charged for the first time, Jimmy, to see a baseball game. Approximately 1,500 fans pay, you ready for this, 50 cents to see the New York All-Stars beat Brooklyn 22-18 at Fashion Racecourse on Long Island.
Ooh.
50 cents.
That's big.
1858, that's a lot of dinero. That's a lot of cachet, if you will. 1976, Hank Aaron hits his 755th and last home run of his career, connecting off of Dick Drago of the California Angels in those days, called the California Angels,
right,
or the Halos, as we call them.
Yep.
Jerry Augustine wins for the Brewers 6-2. And you remember, he finished with the Milwaukee Brewers.
He did.
Going back 1980, this guy owned the British Open. Tom Watson wins the British Open by 4 strokes over Lee Trevino. Watson shoots a 1,371 at Muirfield Golf Links at Gulane, Scottsdale. Watson becomes the American to win 3 Open titles, joining Walter Hagen, Bobby Jones, and Jack Nicklaus. So, any time he played from 78, myself, he always had a chance.
He's out of all the greats, I think he gets overlooked a lot how good he was.
And was it 63 years old a few years ago, chance to win another British Open. He flew a 9-iron from about 150 yards. He calculated, went to the back, two-putted, chance 63 years old.
Yeah, he would have been the major.
Phenomenal golfer. 1987, on Matt credited in one game. The feat was last accomplished in the American League by Hal Chase. Years ago, when it was, he's accused of raping a American kid. 1994, running back broadcast, and now Jay Knuckle. Yeah, whatever.
He's still looking for him on a golf course.
I'll get that guy right.
Because he was USC, a spectacular player. And then when he got to the Buffalo Bills, he 1,000 yards in the season, and he in 15 games. Now, of his recent history, we of that it just like wiped out his mind.
Yeah, what if he's looking just earlier.
Yeah.
Bill Fleming, what a great broadcaster. He's at 80. And yeah, he called the Arizona Wrangler and this see that you're like, wow. There's time showing remember air to wire cap slam. He closes with a 1-under-7. Yes. So in the two joint
minutes.
Only players with 3 different at 85 or younger.
I mean, it's right there, hang with
but I'm reading away. Back in 2020, the Milwaukee Bucks beat our Phoenix Suns 105-98 in Game 6 to win the first title in 50 years, way back in 1971. The Greek Freak is the MVP as he had 50 points in that Game 6. He was unstoppable.
Yes.
Nobody would give him a to let him know that's your story. But in 6 games,
over and he on them. Not just in that. And Giannis at the Grupo just said enough, and that was it.
You know what, Jimmy? Interesting is when a team wins Corona NBA title, run. Put your head, you go, let's shake it off. Come back, you listen to Mavericks. They did, and I think what Matt Ishbia looked at a lot of those games and past history of the coaching of Monty Williams.
Yeah.
I think that you guys games to go from.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, listen, he does happy hour like Twins, and for your preference, they have everything from tequila cocktails, an extensive bourbon story, top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls, local craft beers, whiskey round out Adventure Brandy. About their 29-degree man-sized drafts. You got it. That's where we're broadcasting from today. Twin Peaks on Camelback. All right, coming up, hour number, we continue our quarterback conversation. Another student of the quarterback whisperer, Dan Manucci, is going to be our guest. He's now an Oregon Roc and Manuch.
Summer's here, and so are the Chevy offers. Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive, and find your new car, truck, crossover, or SUV, or certified pre-owned vehicle today. Summer is hot, and so are the dealers.
I'm just coming back with a CAZ top stories, right?
Don't miss the savings happening now during the Chevy Summer Drive. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the selection today.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino, Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey.
Across the best streaming apps every week of the year. No strings attached. Say free this week into your Xfinity voice remote.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Mercury go for a second straight win of the All-Star break in tonight's game with the Chicago Sky. Pac-12 Media Day for ASU and U of A is tomorrow. Coach Kenny Dillingham, tight end Jalen Conyers, and defensive back Jordan Clark are representing the Sun Devils. For the Wildcats, head coach Jaden Delora, Traden Stoops. A promising start for the D-backs against the Braves this morning turned into a 7-5 loss in the series finale. Zach Gallen took a perfect game into the sixth, while the bullpen failed to protect a late 2-run lead. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance to win $1,000.
I'm just coming back with the CAZ top stories, right?
On our website.
Bonus.
That's
bonus.
Enter it now. FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts. 118 will be your high this afternoon. Excessive heat warning in effect issued for the Phoenix, Arizona area. Overnight low 93. Friday a high of 118. Saturday 115.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Am I playing the Jimmy B Open and then the CAZ top stories?
With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports
You guys are hot.
Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, it was a little morning baseball. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2. Also on the iHeartRadio app. Jax is with us today here in Camelback at the Twin Peaks Lodge. And it's Connor back in studio making sure that we don't say anything bad over the airwaves. You just keep your finger on that dump button, kids, just in case. So I'm sure that there were many words that were uttered as the Atlanta Braves came back and won this game 7-5, Manuch.
You know, instead of breakfast at Wimbledon, we had breakfast in Atlanta.
Pretty much.
Watching this as the first pitch was at 9:20 our time. And just when you think the D-backs are going to sweep, I feel the best team in baseball right now. And basically they have a 4-3 lead after 7. And then you go up 5-3 after the 8th inning. But all hell broke loose in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Braves get 4 home runs, back-to-back dingers, and come back and beat your Arizona Diamondbacks 7-5. And what a waste of a phenomenal pitching performance by Zach Gallen. A perfect game going into that 6th inning, Jimmy. And Strider was having a hell of a game, too. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting there going, man, this is going to be a great pitcher's duel. Hopefully the D-backs can hold on with a 1-0 victory, but you know it's Atlanta with a 1-0 lead,
right?
But it's Atlanta. You're probably going to need some insurance runs. But all of a sudden, D-backs get up, and then all hell breaks loose, as I mentioned, in the bottom of that 8th inning for the Atlanta Braves.
All right, 7-5 is the final. They are on a airplane flying to Cincinnati. They will begin a series tomorrow then with the Cincinnati Reds. Quickly, let me stay in football mode, and we'll move to the NFL. Because we do have a terrific question for you today. Manuch and I discussed this at length yesterday, and we thought that we would add it onto the show because I think it's maybe one of the best questions that we have had, at least during the dog days of summer.
At least for today.
At
Wait
least
for tomorrow
today.
and next week.
Yeah, at least today.
But it really is, Jimmy. It is kind of the dog days of dog days of summer, and this question before you was kind of alluding to what Steve Keim had to say about
yesterday.
This individual.
Yeah, it's the State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day, and here it is. Do you give Kyler Murray, the Cardinals QB, a pass on evaluating him this year for the future because of his knee injury? Do you give him a pass? Here are your 2 options. Yes, he would need a full year, or no, he has a large sample size already. How are you feeling on this, Manuch?
Well, you know, my feeling was I've seen enough of a large sample size. Matter of fact, I'll go to the poll and take a look at it right now. Currently it's 50-50, Jimmy.
Okay.
You know, folks pretty much, I'm sure they're going to be split. They're going to be torn. But for me personally, I've seen enough.
Okay.
I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly in Kyler Murray. And I think what a lot of folks, at least the Cardinals organization, are hoping for when he comes back off this knee injury, whether it's the 2nd game of the year or it's the 5th game of the year, is if he's completely healthy and that injury is out of his head, which is going to be difficult to get out of your head once you decide to take off,
right?
That you don't think and you just react. I think that they've got to see the progress for a young man, you know, a 5-year pro, act like a 5-year pro quarterback, making the right reads, throwing the ball away, being wise with your body, understanding the concepts. And then a lot of folks will go, yeah, Manuch, that's great, but it's a new system. That's fine. as a pro, I saw this guy named Kirk Cousins with a brand new system last year. Did you see what that team did? They had one of the best records going into the playoffs in reference to Kevin O'Connell coming from the Rams as the OC. He picked it up. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. So if he can do it with the top system, I look at Matthew Stafford.
Right.
When he went from the Lions
to the
Rams, and he went to the Super Bowl, and they won a Super Bowl with a brand new system.
That's
so
correct.
So, folks, I'm not buying that when you say, well, it's a new system. Pro quarterbacks, if you're dialed in and you get the reps and you study and you just make sure you understand what's going on with that offensive coordinator or head coach, you can make it happen because we've seen that happen. So, for me, quite frankly, I've seen enough.
Okay.
And the evaluation at the end of the year, if they have the number 1 pick in the draft and Caleb Williams is there, I'm getting it.
You're going that direction.
Going for it. I'm going to definitely get it.
All right. The top headlines are always powered by the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar and located nicely at Casino Arizona, 101 and McKillips. They always have great food and drink specials there at the Sports Bar, and you can do your wagering either at the 6 self-service betting kiosks, or you can just walk up to the betting windows. There are 3 of them there as well. Once again, CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. And if you're hungry or thirsty, well, try the Roc and Manuch Lager. It's all brewed by Huss Brewing Company. And check them out on Casino Arizona 101 and McKillips and online at casinoarizona.com. I want to stay with football, but I want to switch now to college and the Pac-12. So now, apparently, the new commissioner of the Pac-12 is going to at least enlighten some of the presidents and ADs at a meeting today about where they are on their television package. However, it will not be discussed beginning tomorrow, which Friday are media days in Las Vegas for the Pac-12.
I hear that, Jimmy. And what's he going to tell them?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah. And here's our options. Here's where we're at. Tomorrow there was supposed to be this quasi-announcement of a potential media package. I read that and go, wait a second. A potential media package?
Yeah.
Do you have one or do you not have one? Because the scuttlebutt that was coming out from reliable sources on Tuesday was that, well, it looks as though it could be an ESPN, Amazon, Apple, YouTube, XYZ platform, Billy Bob's Catfish platform that we're going to combine to be able to go ahead and have a decent package.
There you go.
In order to keep teams in the Pac-12. That was shot down yesterday.
Yes, it was.
They said, wait a second. So, was it Amazon? Is it Apple? Is it YouTube? Is it whatever streaming services out there have come back and said, no, that's not true. We're not in any negotiations. I think ESPN is front and center.
Oh, sure.
But they're not going to dole out $125 million.
No way.
Or $2.1 billion like they have for the Big Ten package or for the SEC package or for the ACC or the Big 12 package. They're not going to do that. Mm-hmm. So it sounds as if it's going to be media package by committee, which does not bode well for the Pac-12.
Right.
That's kind of sad, Jimmy.
It is.
That they're out there, they're scruffing around trying to look for investors into their product that will cover football and all the other ancillary sports.
Well, and also, Manuch, there's been so many rumors out there that if this package is way short of what the Big 12 already has, you're going to see big-name teams other than USC and UCLA look to move to other conferences as well.
And as we said, San Diego State has been welcomed back to the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Hey, fellas, we might have jumped the gun on that.
Yeah.
This Pac-12 guys, they got nothing, man.
Yep.
Maybe maybe the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
I'm with you.
I mean, they went, and maybe that whatever $100 million buyout. We went to all of our San Diego State alumni, and they said, "Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
That ain't going to happen right
So,
now. Yep.
Long story short, folks, I just think this whole Pac-12 media rights for next year is just an abomination. and they wanted to probably meet to get today. And it'll all be all about football
3
tomorrow
minutes?
at the media day there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do that then. Let's do a little Pac-12 conversation because the poll is out. It's the media poll, what the scribes and the broadcasters believe. And here's the way that they see how the Pac-12 will play out. Number 1 is USC. 2 is Washington, 3 Utah, 4 Oregon, 5 Oregon State, 6 UCLA, 7 Washington State, 8 Arizona, 9 Cal, 10 Arizona State, 11 Colorado, and 12 Stanford. Where are you, Manu?
You know what? USC, Washington, Utah, Oregon, I think that's the usual suspects right there.
Fair.
Oregon State, with the great year they had last year, I think they're about there. You look at UCLA. I think Arizona with Jed Fish's third year, I'd give them a little more credit.
2 minutes.
I might have them at number 6.
Okay.
Versus UCLA.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much the usual suspects. Looking at Oregon, maybe Oregon State, UCLA, depending quarterback-wise.
Yeah,
always. Because you look at USC and Washington, they got the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Oregon's got Bo Nix. So you look at the 4 quarterbacks. By the way, we'll catch up with Ty Thompson, the backup quarterback from Oregon. He'll join us at 2:30 here. Was at Mesquite High School and been there at Oregon the last 3 years. But you know what? I'm ASU 10th. I think we hit that a little bit yesterday, Jackson. I figured they'd be at the bottom of the barrel. I expect them to be better than Colorado as far as Stanford is concerned. I don't know. I mean, Cal, ASU, Colorado, Stanford, I think that depends on what the weather's like, which way the wind's blowing.
Sure.
And look at those bottom 4.
Let me throw this one then at Jax, former football wide receiver. At
1 minute. 1 minute.
Are you thinking that Colorado, with second to last in the 11th spot, is going to surprise people?
No.
You don't?
No, not at all. No, I mean, you got Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter. Good players, good talent. It's going to be a tough awakening. I mean, when I look at their schedule, they got to play USC, they got to play Washington, and they got to play Utah and Oregon. So they got all 4 of those top teams on their schedule. But again, if you're Deion Sanders, you want to get a couple wins. Their win total right now is, I think, at 3.5.
Right.
But they're not looking to win it all this year. But look next year for Colorado to get things rolling. But yeah, 11. It doesn't surprise me. I'm kind of shocked.
Stanford at the bottom of the barrel?
No, not Stanford. I'm more surprised UCLA at 6, but even Cal at 9. I would think Cal would be under at least Arizona State. People were on Cal recently, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, but last year the biggest jump and the surprise was Oregon State.
They were.
And with John Smith as the head coach, can they make that extra jump? Very difficult for them. I think the jump past Oregon, Utah, Washington, USC because of the quarterbacks, because of the talent they have.
Sure, yeah.
And Oregon's got a new offensive coordinator there and the new coaching staff. And then Bo Nix coming back was probably huge. And a lot of that with Bo Nix was pretty much he wanted to make sure that with the new offensive coordinator coming in, he was comfortable and to understand what they're going to have, what they're not going to have. Mm-hmm. And obviously he had some very frank, very direct conversations. With, I believe, Will Stein's the new offensive coordinator. And whatever you heard, which was a surprise to all of us, I felt, and I don't know about you, Jax, that he was coming back for his 5th year.
I was surprised.
And I think the other thing what happens too, guys, is guys will put a feel out there. Where am I going to be drafted? Will I be drafted? And will my chances improve by staying one more year and maybe – instead of being drafted in the 4th round, I might get drafted in the 3rd round.
Maybe the 2nd.
Or the 2nd, yeah. But I think there's enough feelers out for Bo Nix. Probably a wise decision.
Okay.
Much like Tyler Shuck we had on yesterday, Texas Tech quarterback. Wise decision to maybe wait a year and come out and get a better chance of going higher in the draft.
Sure.
Because, guys, we're talking about anywhere from $500,000 to maybe $2.5–3 million difference.
Exactly.
By going in a higher draft position.
I'm with you on that 100%. Hey, we're broadcasting today at the Twin Peaks on Camelback. And coming up next, it is our random, senseless, useless facts of the day. It is all presented by our Valley Chevy dealers, and it is next. Roc and Manuch, maybe Fox Sports 910.
The people of Arizona have voted, and the results are official. Lerner & Rowe has won again, being voted best personal injury law firm 8 years in a row. Voted, making Lerner & Rowe the people's choice for personal injury. What makes
sure thing. Give me just 1 sec.
150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. We're recovering more money for more people than any other law firm in Arizona. Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's the Chevy Summer Drive. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive. Summer's here and so are the Chevy offers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive and find your
ready when you are.
Truck, crossover, or
Gnarly, got it. Thank you.
At Lerner & Rowe, we don't have empty slogans or make empty promises. What we do have is a history of proven results. In a wreck, need a check? We've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion recovered in the past 5 years alone. Make one call, that's all. And we have a team of legal professionals standing by, waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. Call Lerner & Rowe today. Find out why we've been voted best law firm in Arizona for the past 8 years in a row.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. # Sexy Roof Status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
What's all the huss about?
Jeff and Leah Huss on Papago Blueberry Wheat.
We're so excited about this brand new addition to the Papago family of beers.
This light and fruited beer is brewed with real blueberries, which gives it a beautiful color and aroma. If you love blueberries, this is the beer for you.
Pick up a 6-pack at your local grocery store.
And as always, you can find it near you at findhusbeer.com.
Bursting with juicy blueberry flavor, this wheat beer is the perfect summer sipper.
Hi, we're Comparion Insurance Agency. Right now you're thinking, Comparion? Never heard of them. We know. We also know that you have no idea that Comparion Insurance agents are local and provide expert advice. So to help it stick, we're going to say local agent 4 times in the next 15 seconds. Ready? Go. Our local agents know you and your community. Our local agents offer insurance from top carriers. Our local agents have minty fresh breath.
Find us at ComparionInsurance.com. Comparion Insurance Agency. Local agents, expert advice.
And there's number 4.
It's the random fact of the day with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Hi.
Continue to broadcast from Twin Peaks here at Camelback, and it is indeed time for our random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day, and it's always brought to you by our great partners at your Valley Chevy dealer.
Well, the one that fits that exactly, the world record for limbo skating, Jimmy?
I do not own that.
A sport where you roller ski under cars is skiing under 57 cars. The world record was set by Aniket Chinkdak from India.
Same to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Bless you over there.
Yeah.
In 2019, pitcher Edwin Jackson, which I think threw for the Diamondbacks, became the first player in history to play for 14 Major League Baseball teams. Think about that. But you know what? He gets that pension check just like anybody else with that 10 to 12 years that he's had on top of that. Until 1991, how about this? Soccer was illegal in Mississippi.
Well, it's Mississippi. Everything's illegal there.
What you doing?
What do you expect?
What you doing that round ball around here, kicking that all over the place? That ain't football.
Yeah.
We got real football over here. But you imagine that. It's illegal.
Illegal till 1991?
You could get arrested for playing soccer in the field?
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable.
You know, I told you, it's Mississippi. It's the South. They know nothing.
Labatt Park in London, Ontario is the oldest continuing operating baseball grounds in the world.
Wow.
With history dating back to 1877. Yeah, folks, baseball's been around a long, long time. You probably knew this, Jimmy, doing a few NHL games. Before an NHL game, hockey pucks are frozen in order to make the puck glide smoother and reduce bounces.
They have done that forever, and that is why if you get hit with a hockey puck when you're playing,
oh man,
it hurts.
I cannot imagine.
It hurts.
Cannot imagine. In the original rules of basketball, dribbling wasn't allowed.
Correct.
Instead, you had to throw the ball to another player to keep the game going.
That is correct.
And by the way, it was invented in Canada. By the way, they don't use it as their game, but they used to say hockey. But that's where Naismith invented the game, was in Canada. What's the peach baskets?
Yes.
Were you calling those games earlier?
I knew you were going to say that, and the answer is no.
London, Ontario, a beautiful city. And when I was with the Toronto Argonauts, that's where I lived. What a gorgeous, gorgeous area that is. Alzain Tareg of Bahrain was the youngest competitive swimmer in the world, debuting at just 10 years old.
What?
Yeah. 10-year-old. Absolutely. And I know you probably know this random fact that's out there. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
The Shaq Man.
Yeah.
Jim, he missed a lot of extra points.
Don't be talking about my boy Will Chamberlain. Talk about Shaq.
He missed a lot of free throws during his NBA career. He missed, folks, 5,317 free throws during that NBA career. Hack-a-Shaq.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I think it was Pop was the first one that got that going with San Antonio.
Popovich is the guy. That is correct. Hack-a-Shaq.
This is an interesting fact. Michael Jordan is known for his famous number 23 while playing with the Chicago Bulls. But did you know he had to wear number 12 jersey for one game and one game only, Jimmy? This is because his jersey was stolen from the visitors' locker room when the Bulls were on the road against the Orlando Magic. Now, I would think that, not that I'm stereotyping, New Jersey, Brooklyn, Philadelphia.
This is Manuch. You can email Manuch.
Somewhere in the Northeast, but not the Orlando Magic. Yeah, that's something. Well, that's
Mickey Mouse stole his jersey.
This is a story when the L.A. Rams went to play the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
It was mid-'70s.
Okay.
They put your uniforms out the night before the practice. So if you fly in on Friday, you practice on Saturday.
Correct.
And the game's on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Okay. So they practice. Uniforms are there on Saturday. So the equipment
in the locker room.
In the locker room.
Right.
So this is in the old Orange Bowl.
Sure.
The old Orange Bowl.
Been there.
Yeah. So the equipment guys come in bright and early Sunday morning. Guess what? There ain't nothing happening. There's no uniforms. No uniforms whatsoever. So they call the Dolphins. They call, I don't know, the nearest sporting goods store, whomever.
Yeah.
And they had to go get jerseys. Just jerseys for the game. So that happens. Matter of fact, what they did, the criminals or the thieves, they came in through the roof at the Orange Bowl. They came down, they took the uniforms, they took the shoes, they took everything.
Wow.
Well, therein lies why there's security 24/7 at every locker room before and after games. True story, folks.
Wasn't it somebody confiscated Tom Brady's jersey after he won the Super Bowl?
After the Super Bowl, but they tracked that down.
Yeah, they got him.
How they tracked that down. Last but not least, Jimmy, a microwave baseball. Microwave baseball will fly farther than a frozen one. I think that's kind of common sensible right there.
Well, you would think if it was warmer, it's going to fly further.
Now, the humidor thing, which they have here at Chase Field, up in Coors Field in Denver, that's the intriguing thing about the humidor. Does it make it a little heavier? Does it take the moisture out of it? Does it create moisture? Because you hit a pop fly at Coors Field in Denver, it's out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and hitters love coming to Chase Field as well, too.
Absolutely.
Especially when the roof is closed.
Yes.
Per Kurt Schilling, got to have that roof closed. Make sure
3 minutes.
Nothing flies out of there. But those are our random facts today brought to you by your local Chevy dealer. Make sure to tune in. Basically, when we look at that from the Chevy dealers, just make sure you get all that going on. Just go to your local Chevy dealers. Just go to ChevyDealers.com.
All right. There is a little bit of breaking news taking place right now in the National Football League. It doesn't impact anything with the Cardinals, but it is big news because the NFL owners have approved the sale of the Washington Commanders, and the shadiest, most god-awful owner in all of sports, Dan Snyder, is out.
Yeah, basically the Wicco Witch of the West, which is the Wicco Witch of the East, is gone. $6.05 billion. Woo! Yeah, $6.05 billion was approved by the other 31 owners in the National Football League. Why wouldn't you approve it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the money is coming in. And all the things that need to happen, not only for the team, the stadium, and all those things that this new ownership group is going to have to deal with. So hopefully this will be the great cleansing
I hope so.
For the Commanders, formerly known as the Redskins, that they have maybe finally exorcised the demons that were part of that whole Daniel Snyder era that has been that dark cloud over this Washington Commanders team, to finally rid them and cut the ties, go through the healing, and move this organization, a proud organization, for many, many years.
With a rich history in the NFL.
And you guys had Mark May on last week, talking about National Football League, 2 NFL championships, college football Hall of Famer, et cetera, has just got to pain a guy like that played for so many years, that now this breath of fresh air by the new ownership group will bring a lot of pride, bring a lot of those former players or alumni back to the Commanders' way of life.
I hope that works out, and I hope it's a blessing now for the National Football League that idiot is gone. Hey, everybody, you want to make sure that you tune in Saturday. It is the only local sports gambling show in the state of Arizona. It's called Take the Points. It's presented by Casino Arizona, and they broadcast it live from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sports Book. Jax is there along with Bauer and Gross. In fact, Jax, put your headset on here real quick. Tell everybody a little bit about this show. It's 2 hours of insightful commentary.
Yeah, we talk all things sports betting, some of the top topics that happen throughout the week. We're getting into fantasy football season as well, as drafts are about a month away.
Okay.
And then we'll get into college football betting. The Pac-12, the Big 12, SEC media polls are out. All things. You never know what's going to happen on Saturdays, but hey, if you got 2 hours in your day, nothing to do, come along, watch, listen. It's a good old time.
It is.
And we'll start to dive into that fantasy football starting next week, kind of get you geared up.
There you go.
Throughout the different positions, as we'll get you all that going, because it's funny. I'm seeing people like you guys, Jax, talking about fantasy football. I'm like, hell, they're not even at training camp yet.
I know.
Can we just kind of go from first gear to second to third to
Manuch,
fourth?
the NFL is king. We all know it. Hey, we're doing college football QBs. Yesterday, Tyler Shuckon from Texas Tech. Manuch had been training him since the 8th grade. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, Manuch has been training this quarterback since the 6th grade. It is Tyler Thompson. He's going to be our guest back up at the University of Oregon. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending? Clear Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Mercury go for a second straight win of the All-Star break in tonight's game with the Chicago Sky. Pac-12 Media Day for ASU and U of A is tomorrow. Coach Kenny Dillingham, tight end Jalen Conyers, and defensive back Jordan Clark are representing the Thunderbolts. For the Wildcats, it's head coach Jed Fish, quarterback Jaden DeLaura, and cornerback Traden Stukes. A promising start for the D-backs against the Braves this morning turned into a 7-5 loss in the series finale. Zach Gallen took a perfect game into the 6th, while the bullpen failed to protect the late 2-run lead. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match,
so I've realized that I can't play the Oregon Fight song and report at the same same time. So I'm going to record right after the intro, if that's all right.
7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone and breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. Give me the VIN.com.
I got Ty on the phone.
Your car. Give me the VIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Do you have heart failure and often hear?
And then I will record right after you guys do the intro because I can't continue the organ fight song and record at the same time.
Carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist.
I'm playing them both. I'd have to record through the internet pot, and with that, I can't play through Adobe Audition and record through Adobe Audition at the same time.
That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Enter into DraftKings $10 million Best Ball Tournament. Head to the DraftKings app, sign up with code XXX, and start playing. That's code XXX only on DraftKings. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Voter prohibited. .com for detail.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
So, hey, Ohtani, I'm trading for the best package I could get, which I imagine would be a haul. It's not like trading LeBron James, because in baseball, no matter how good the
You guys are hot.
College football time is getting ever closer. We're broadcasting live today from Twin Peaks on Camelback. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2 as well. And we're going to welcome in now the backup quarterback for the University of Oregon Ducks. Ty Thompson is our guest. Hey, Ty, it's Jimmy B and Manuch, and I'll start first, and you have to be honest with me here, okay? How in the wide world of sports have you dealt with Manuch since the 6th grade?
Easy now, Ty. Easy, big fella.
Help me out, Ty, please.
That's hilarious. Manuch is a great coach. There's nothing I could, nothing I could say bad about him. He's helped me get to where I am right now. So deal with him is an understatement for sure. But he's done me great.
That's great.
Hey, Ty, I'm just waiting for one of you guys to write the Manuchisms that I throw at you guys all the time to make sure I keep you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Ty, let's talk about this Oregon team as we bring you in with the fight song, and I'm sure get you fired up. Yep. Bo Nix looking to come back for a 5th year, and I've been very impressed with your patience to pretty much stick with the process there at Oregon. And I think a lot of folks expected you to go in the portal, but you didn't. And I'm very proud you didn't, because I think your time will come after this year, and you just never know. If Bo goes down, there's one Ty Thompson ready to go. Just kind of your thought process when you heard that Bo was coming back.
Exactly what you said. I'm just trusting the process, doing everything that I planned on doing coming out of high school. I feel like God has a plan for me, and I think coming here and facing this adversity is a part of that. And I think it's going to only make me a better man and a better quarterback. And I just can't wait for the day that it's my time. And this year, next year, however long. And with your new offensive coordinator, Will Stein, it sounds as though that was a big decision for Bo to come back. I want to get your thoughts on the new OC and some of the things that might be different from some of the past offenses you guys have had at Oregon. Yeah, Coach Stein is a great coach. I mean, he's he's come in and done a great job so far. Putting his mark on this offense. We're doing a lot of similar stuff as last year, but also a lot of new stuff. So we're gonna be really explosive in the run and the pass game this year. A lot of responsibility on the quarterback, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Well, we see you with this offense. Is it more of an RPO or spread where you can utilize your running ability?
Yes, 100%. A lot of decisions on the quarterback, whether it's run game and RPOs and stuff like that. And I will be able to. Me and Bill will both be able to utilize our athletic ability too.
One of the things that Oregon does is they have 625 million different uniforms. Do you have a favorite tie? That's what I want to know.
Jeez, I think my favorite was when my freshman year we played Washington State. We wore the white and green helmets with the green jerseys with the white pants.
Oh, yes, I remember
the white
that.
with the green was.
Yeah,
it was really, really nice.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, I like that dark green. That shit was that lemon chiffon yellow y'all wear once in a while. I just can't get fired up about watching that. But I mean, are you one of those superstitious kind of guys, Ty, that depending on a uniform or certain look that you prefer? With, as Jimmy mentioned, the 9,000 uniforms that you guys have.
I'm not superstitious when it comes to the colors we're wearing, but I will always wear the same. Whether it's the same, my towel in the same spot, the same sweatbands, the same socks every game. So I'm kind of superstitious when it comes to that.
See, Jimmy, I always tell these guys, be consistently consistent.
That's it.
That is being consistently consistent.
That is.
From that standpoint. Time, you look at this team this year and you look at the growth. The old regime was out and you got a new staff, new offensive coordinator. What is it about the draw that no matter who comes into Eugene has success? Is it a tradition? Is it the laid out of the campus, or is there a legacy and ethic that comes with Oregon football?
I think it's a part of what we've built over the past, long before I got there. The culture and the legacy, like you said, we've got a winning culture, a championship culture, just in our town, in Eugene, in our locker room, in our facilities and stuff like that. So we hold ourselves to a really high standard, and greatness is the only thing we expect. It's not any surprise to us when we win on Saturdays. So. I feel like the way we carry ourselves and hold ourselves to that high standard kind of just feeds into that, winning outcome.
You must really like Eugene because when it's 190 here in Arizona, we never see you. I mean, you never show up. It's 155 out. I talked to your dad, Dirk. He says, well, he kind of likes Oregon, but he's not coming anywhere near Phoenix, Arizona in June and July. Was it hard for you to adjust with a lot of the rain, even though you have the indoor facility, and a lot of the beautiful weather that you have versus the heat waves we have here in the summer?
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a lot of rain. Yeah. I didn't realize how many days in a row it was going to rain, but it is a lot of rain.
I can tell you that.
I mean, the weather is nice. Right now, it's 75 and sunny out. I don't know what it is in Arizona right now, but it is not Eugene, I can tell you that.
Well, now, Ty, you remember if we had 115, 116, if we had a 20-mile-an-hour wind, the wind chill factor was 110. It's a dry heat. Yeah. It's not that bad. You used to survive those sessions with the ice towel and the cold towel and whatnot, but, man, don't tell me you're getting soft on me all of a sudden.
I'll never be soft. That's one thing I'll never be soft. I like coming home and still working out outside and stuff like that. It's a little refresher. And I definitely would need a cold towel, ice towel, dunk bucket when I get back.
We used to, when we get out there, Jimmy, and it's about 110, 112, I get that ice towel. We just drench the kids.
Yeah.
Cold water.
Sure.
I think we change the towel name to the Ty Thompson towel at one time there, Ty. There's many times that you were wanting that ice towel on you.
I had to be a different kid. It wasn't me.
That's great. Hey, it's Jackson here, the rookie. But my question to you, Dan Lanning, 10-3 last year, first year success. You experiencing the coaching change from when you started to now Dan Lanning. Just kind of talk to me about what Dan Lanning's like behind closed doors. What's he like at practice and your relationship with him?
Yeah, Coach Lanning has done a great job, especially as a first-year head coach. You would have never guessed. I mean, he's coming in. Taking the job extremely professional, extremely seriously. He's covered every single ground a head coach needs to cover. Behind closed doors, he's his youth really helps him out as far as recruiting and connecting with the kids and stuff like that. So I think that's what he does well with his staff. He brought in a younger staff also to help connect with the kids and do better recruiting and stuff like that. But as far as like a coach and a man just behind closed doors, he's like one of the best coaches you could ask for. He's trustworthy. He's really genuine with the kids, and I don't have anything bad to say about him.
And Ty, it's interesting because a new staff comes in, and you talked about how Will Stein, your new offensive coordinator, is going to utilize your athleticism and plus your big arm with what you have. But you as a quarterback entering there as a freshman just a few short years ago, coming into this year, how much have you grown, or how much do you feel that the Dan Lanning era will help you as a quarterback moving forward after
3 minutes.
Bo Nix leaves?
Yeah, I feel like as far as what Coach Lanning, Coach Cristobal, everyone that I've been under, they've coached me all different ways, and I think I've been very, very blessed and fortunate to have the variety of coaches and the expertise of coaches that I've had over the past 2.5, 3 years now. I feel like I've grown as a passer, as a Coach Cristobal was heavy with the O-line and the run game, so I've grown in that aspect. I feel like I've grown with my knowledge of the game. I've grown physically with the strength staff that Cristobal and Lanning have brought in. So I feel like just overall, and the growth is insane.
Can you just kind of describe the noise there in Autzen Stadium? The first time you had the visitor come in and as loud as it gets there, and I know it doesn't bother you guys because they're the home team, but were your ears ringing for a couple of days after you experienced that Autzen crowd when the visitors came in?
100%.
2 minutes.
Autzen isn't one of the biggest stadiums in the country. I mean, you see we pack out at like 60, 65,000, and it is always ranked in the top 10 as one of the loudest, rowdiest crowds. I feel like Oregon just has some of the best, most loyal fans in the country for a good reason. But they always make it, a great time. And when it's, especially a rivalry week, Washington, Oregon State, whoever it is, they for sure make it loud.
Ty, always appreciate your time. Hey, best of luck to you when you get in town. Holler at us, and you get a little lab session in. But remember, as I always tell you, don't you be slacking and Cadillacing, man. Let's go.
Yeah, so sounds good. I'll see you soon.
Hey, Ty, I've got one quick final question for you. Have you ever seen the movie Animal House?
No, but I know all about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Are there some landmarks there?
Well, they filmed it at the University of Oregon, and they have a scene
1 minute
on the 50-yard line at Autzen Stadium. So you need to see it so you'll get an idea of what Autzen Stadium used to look like before all the renovations.
It's PG-13. Be careful now.
Thank you, Ty. You have a great day,
Thanks,
kid.
buddy.
Of course, yeah, thank you too.
There you go. Ty Thompson, Oregon QB.
I was going to say, we played Oregon my sophomore year.
Yeah.
When they made the Rose Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Justin Herbert.
Sure, yeah.
It was a night game. Dalton Sneed was quarterback.
Yeah.
It's loud. It is so loud. And I was surprised, too, when you walk in, like you mentioned, it's not a real big stadium, but it's just a funnel. You got fans on top of you.
Yep.
It's a great atmosphere.
And that below ground, something about the below ground, but I did a game there for ASU. It filled in for Greg Schulte, and Tom Dillon and I did the game, late great Tom Dillon. And even with the windows closed, we're doing the broadcast.
Yeah.
And it was before the new press box, right? Going back to 95, 96. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I've
great.
got my hands pressing the ears and making sure we can hear, but very impressive. And that was in those days we had that tartan turf.
Yes,
They used to water the turf before the game.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if they had water, I made it more sticky.
That's correct. I've done several games there. One in the new stadium and, of course, in the old stadium. I did plenty, and it is one of the loudest stadiums you're ever in.
Here's my wish, Jimmy.
Okay.
My birthday's September 3rd.
I know that.
So September 9th, my wish is going to be that nothing against Bo Nix.
Okay.
But I would love to see Ty Thompson for Oregon going to Lubbock, Texas, and take on Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
Have two guys I've been training forever and play each other.
Uh-huh.
And if I go to the game, I'm going to stand in midfield because guys have a great game.
What are you going to wear?
Yeah, well, you can wear a Texas Tech on one side and the Oregon.
No, he's not that's too complicated.
I'll wear the Tech hat with the green shirt and then the black pants.
You got to get a photo with them after too. That'd be cool.
Totally.
With the uniforms.
Oh, would be great to see it. So that would be. It's like when Tyler Shuck was with Oregon at the time.
Yep.
They took on Brock Purdy of Iowa State in the Fiesta Bowl. and they both played with each other. Problem was, that was the COVID year. You could only sit in the stands. You couldn't get near the players to go get that photo op with both of them, and Brock was the MVP for Iowa State.
Yeah, and it was an Iowa State win. Hey, Ty Thompson, brought to you by All Towing, and here's the best part. All City Towing is hiring. That is correct. Hey, if you're looking for a new job, you're dissatisfied with the amount of money that you're making right now, just go to allcitytowing.com and click on careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Click on careers. They pay very well, and they have excellent benefits, including a 50% match 401k program. That is all available to you at All City Towing. They are the largest, and I repeat, largest transport and towing company in the state of Arizona. Fastest way to apply, just go online, allcitytowing.com, and click on careers. All right, coming up, we continue to broadcast here from Twin Peaks at Camelback. We'll take the fifth caller, 602-260-9191. You'll compete against the Twin Peaks girls for a $25 man card. That's right, an opportunity for the Peaks Picks. Easy for me to say. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Golfers, swing into Vans Golf Shops. We've been serving golfers since 1963. Let us help you find the hottest gear from bags.
How much of that do you want me to cut and send?
All in stock at the best prices. Come in and test drive the latest arrivals from Titleist, TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, and more. While you're there, get custom fit by one of our golf experts. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's Summer Playcation Package. Starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer Playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air is going to make your life easier. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, and I know when I've got a plumbing problem or something wrong with my AC, I immediately go into...
Yeah, sure thing. How much of Ty Thompson's thing do you want me to cut up for you? Do you want me to just send it all?
Get a drain cleaning for just $49 with no trip charge. Plus, new customers can get a 1-year plumbing maintenance agreement for free.
Yeah, you got it.
$300 value. All you have to do is go to itsjustplumsmart.com.
Yep, you got it.
Itsjustplumsmart.com, because plumbers charge too much.
All right,
This
sure
week
thing.
at Macy's, get set for back to school with great savings on everything they need for the new year. Like head-to-toe active gear from top brands, graphic tees to wear with anything, and 40% off new backpacks and accessories from Kipling and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn rewards on every purchase except gift card services and fees. Learn more at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Our
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on a Fox Sports 910 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right and win a $25 man card for one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, and Tempe. Don't forget man-sized Coors Light draft specials every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
You guys are hot.
Time for Peaks Picks.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We're at the Camelback location for Twin Peaks. It is indeed time for the Twin Peaks girl, Jenny, to be here. However, this place is crowded, and so she is working. She can't take a moment to come on the radio show, so she gave her selections to Jax. So Jax does not look good with a skirt. Trust me.
Well, I think Jax volunteered to get her picks. He's like, well, I'll get him. Let me go track Jenny down.
Was he doing that, or was he trying to get a phone number?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I was about to say
combination. All the
I was
above.
about to say I got her picks. No phone number was given.
Man,
Maybe one day we'll have a date with the Twin Peaks girls segment.
I would love that.
That would be great. That'd be great.
Yeah,
we should do that.
We're bound to determine. Rock and I talked about this when Jax came out before he's 55 to find him a wife. Sooner or later. Yeah, but hey, Rock doesn't have a lot of room to talk. He's basically 55 and he hadn't been married.
I don't want to be like Rock though. I don't want to be like Rock, 55 and unmarried.
So. Some ways you can be like Rock, and other ways you don't have to be like Rock. By the time you're 55, you'll probably have 4 or 5 kids. You'll be working on the grandkids by that particular point in time as well too.
Oh, man, Manuch is marrying you off in a heartbeat.
We're trying. We're trying.
Be careful.
Get those digits.
Just get the guy a date, will you? First. Our caller is Bobby in Phoenix. He has already given his selections to Connor in studio. So we will start now with our first pick. It is the all baseball Baltimore Orioles at the Tampa Bay Rays. So for Jenny's pick and no phone number, we will go right now to Jax.
Yeah, are you bashful that way, man?
Yeah, exactly.
We did all we can, Jax.
I know.
So her pick, she said she's a big. She doesn't know anything about baseball.
Okay.
But she loves Oreos, the cookie.
Oh,
so she went with the Orioles.
Very good. That's good, Jenny. That is excellent. What did Connor? What did Bobby have to say? Connor, you there, bud?
Okay, we must.
He
there he
also
is.
said Orioles at Rays.
Okay, he took the Orioles also. Okay.
All right, Jax, we had the Cardinals at the Cubs. The rivalry, the Cardinals at the Cubs. Which way did Jenny go on this one?
She's an AZ Cardinals fan, and I know it's the wrong Cardinals, but she went with the Cardinals. I had to explain to her it was baseball, not football.
Oh,
she's
my
going
goodness.
Cardinals.
And Connor, which way did Bobby lead?
I think Bobby's going with the Cubs here.
Wait a minute. They're not playing the Cubs. They're playing the Reds.
Cardinals at the Cubs. Cardinals the Cubs today, this afternoon.
Oh, Cubs. Oh! I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Cardinals the Cubs.
Oh, gotcha. All right,
there,
gotcha. All right, fair.
Baby.
Oh, so it's not the Arizona Cardinals.
No.
I was confused.
Jenny was trying to do the comparison.
I understand.
Since the Cardinals are having a hard time scoring, and so do the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I got you.
Put that together. She's smart.
She is smart.
Wow. Last one here. Astros at the A's. Where did Jenny go?
So it's funny. I asked her about this question, and she didn't give me an answer. All she did was smack a trash can. So I think she go with the Astros there.
It was heard loud and clear. That is for sure.
Yeah, I threw me off. I was like, okay, I need an answer. And she kept smacking the trash.
Jenny is sharp.
She is
sharp.
Man.
Didn't get a phone number though.
Yeah, I know. She's you know what? She's way out of your league, bud. She is so far out of your league. Don't even waste your time from that. All right, Connor, which way did Bobby go?
So believe it or not, Bobby also went with the Astros that day.
He smacked the same trash can?
It kind of sounded like it over the phone, but then again, I wouldn't know what he was actually smacking, but he went with the Astros.
Oh, that's great.
Remember, Connor, it's a family show.
Yeah, that's a good line. That's a great line, Connor. Well done, Connor. Well done. So there you go. So Jenny, as we recap, has the Orioles Rays, and she has the O's. Bobby took the Orioles as well. Now, why did Jenny take the Orioles?
She loves Oreos.
Oreo cookies.
Cookies, yes.
All right, and she really knows nothing about baseball.
Whatever
you can
works.
relate to.
That's whatever you can relate to.
Cardinals at the Cubs. We had some fun.
We got about
with
1
that.
minute, guys.
Jenny selected the Cards. Bobby went with the Cubs and the Astros at the A's. Jenny took the Stros as well as Bobby. So there it is. It's our Peaks pick. And by the way, whatever your preference, they have everything from tequila cocktails to an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits. Also, great beer specials as well. Don't forget, it is our 29-degree man-size drafts. You got that right. It's all here at Twin Peaks. It's a great place to come. Watch all the games. Food's terrific, and the drinks are too. All right, a quick timeout is on the way. When we come back, hour number 3. We've got some of our top stories that we're going to get into, including the Arizona Diamondbacks struggling in the final couple of innings at Atlanta and end up losing the game 7-5. We're also going to dive into more on Kyler Murray as we will review once again our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And Cardinals beat writer Howard Balza is going to give us the latest on the vets and the rookies who report on the 25th of this month. You know where to find all of your great sports information. It's right here. And it's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B as we continue from Twin Peaks on Camelback on Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Yeah, it was a little premature on the close there. My bad.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
What are you doing for dinner tonight? Venezia's Pizzeria has a summer of savings deal you don't want to miss. Get an extra large one-item pizza for $13.99. That's more than a 17% savings. Yes, an extra large one-item pizza for only $13.99. Order online, with the app, or when you visit any one of our 6 Valley locations. Just use the code SOS when you order. Available for dine-in, to-go, and even delivery. Order now. Venezias.com. Limit of 5 per order.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
The free iHeartRadio app covers the sports teams you love like no one else. Catch the latest breaking news, plus the upcoming NFL season's just around the corner. And iHeartRadio is your official podcast partner of the NFL. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When you go to GiveMeTheVin.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This July, premium entertainment's on us. Xfinity Flex unlocks access to shows, movies, and music so you can always try something new for free each week. Like singing hits with Stingray Karaoke, exploring shows from abroad with Acorn TV, sampling everything available on Max, like Season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones, falling in love with picks from Hallmark Movies Now, and turning up with iHeartRadio's Hit Nation playlist. Discover new free content across the best streaming apps every week of the year. No strings attached. Say free this week into your Xfinity voice remote.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6 star average. Use Navage to breathe, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Pac-12's 2023 preseason football poll has ASU finishing 10th and U of A finishing 8th. The conference's media day is tomorrow. Coach Kenny Dillingham, tight end Jalen Conyers, and defensive back Jordan Clark are representing the Sun Devils. For the Wildcats is head coach Jed Fish, quarterback Jaden Gallara, and cornerback Traden Stoops. What started as a pitcher's duel between Cy Young candidate Zach Allen and Spencer Strider through 5 innings ended with the D-backs losing 7-5 to the Braves. WNBA, the Mercury go for its second straight win out of the All-Star break in tonight's game with the Chicago Sky. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Some of those hot temperatures continuing on your Thursday and through the rest of your work week. We'll see a high of 118 and overnight low 93. Excessive heat warning issued until Friday evening. Friday will also see 118, overnight low 95. Saturday 115. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Chalupa Supreme Beefy 5-layer burrito, crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and medium drink. Taco Bell's $5 cravings box is packed as ever and $5 as ever. Get one at Taco Bell stores for a limited time and also has us. Contact store for price and participation which vary. Drinks exclude freezes. Tax extra.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
You're hot.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We're at the Camelback location. Twin Peaks is where you can find us. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, along with Jax here and Connor back in studio. Our top story right now, the Diamondbacks looked like they were going to sweep the Atlanta Braves, and then in the late innings, Manuch, the Braves said, nope, not going to happen.
Yeah, the bullpen imploded again. Castro comes in and goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits. 3 runs, and then on top of that, Nelson comes in, just a third of an inning, gives up 1 hit and a run and a dinger, if you will. Yeah, they come back, the Braves. They are an extremely good ball club, if you will.
Yep.
And they win this one coming back, 7-5. D-backs are up, and you just go, wow. Here they are. They're up 4-1, and it's the 7th inning. And then coming back there in the bottom of the 7th, Olsen comes up and homers to left center, makes it 4-3. Corbin Carroll, another dinger, right. 5-3. There's the insurance run right there, Jimmy.
I'm with you.
We're good to go. Yeah, the bullpen starts to throw a little gasoline on that fire. Riley comes up, gets his 4th dinger in this series in 3 games, puts the Braves up 6-5. And last but not least, Olsen comes up again, the young man that came from Oakland to pretty much take care of the first base duties for Freeman when he went to the L.A. Dodgers. He hits a solo home run to kind of put that insurance run on the board. In the bottom of the 8th, they win this one 7-5. A very tough, frustrating loss for the Diamondbacks. And you know what? Even though they win the series, it's great.
Right.
That's a bitter pill to swallow when your bullpen comes up. You're up 4-1, Jimmy. You're up 4-1, and your bullpen comes up and gives up some big runs. Zach Gallen, what a great 6 innings he had. It was great.
Yeah.
Perfect baseball.
Yeah. Perfect
pitching. And when you look at the duel he had with Strider, who I feel is one of the best in the major leagues as a pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, we thought this would be a 1-0, 2-1 ball game. Watching that bright and early, breakfast in Atlanta.
That was fun.
I liked the D-backs. I did too. It was fun to watch while you're sitting there at the computer getting stuff done. But unfortunately, they let this one slip away. But on to Cincinnati for a 3-game set. Reds aren't playing very good baseball right now, and you look at situations going win the other series.
All right. Also, there's golf on the pond, and it is taking place at the British Open. First round is in the books. Jax, flip over to the first round there real fast, and we'll kind of run down some of the guys. Now, while we're doing that, what was really funny is we saw two players, John Rahm and Tony Finau, land in the pot bunkers, and they both putted the ball away from the corner of the pot bunker so then they could make a sand wedge shot out of
Well, and not only that, Jimmy, there were guys in the bunker, either up against the 10-foot wall or 6 foot, whatever it was, and they were chipping backwards or sideways.
Yes.
So they had a shot. And I did see one guy in a practice round, was it on Wednesday in their Pro-Am? He was doing some practice shots out of these pothole bunkers, if you will.
Yeah.
And he got as close as he could. He had his blade open, completely wide open, and he took a big swing like Phil Mickelson used to take it, as high as he could. It got up, but it never got out because it went too high. So they know their limits of how far back from these pothole bunkers when you're up against I would call it a lip, a wall.
It's a wall
that they have. And literally, folks, if you can carry a ladder on your bag, you pretty much can go on down there and get into it. But very creative to get out of these bunkers.
Jax, give us a little rundown then on the leaderboard right now.
Yeah, so tied for first right now, we've got three guys. We've got Tommy Fleetwood, and we've got El Milano Guerrillo, and then Lamprecht, who is the amateur, all at 5 under. And some notable names as we continue down the leaderboard.
By the way, Lamprecht's the amateur leading is the tie for. He's an amateur.
Yep, amateur. Wyndham Clark, 3 under. He's tied for 7th with Max Homa. Stuart Sink, we mentioned that earlier in the first hour. Jordan Spieth at 2 under. And then guys like Xander Schauffele, Keegan Bradley, Patrick Cantlay, Brooks Koepka, Scotty Scheffler all sit at 1 under. And your boy Rory McIlroy at even. But I got to mention a guy that really struggled, and he's had a tough year this year. He's one of the top players in golf, is Justin Thomas. Shot 9 over today. So that just tells you how difficult the course is. And John Rahm shot 3 over too. So some guys struggled and some guys prevailed first round.
The other one I like, Jimmy, is Stuart Sink at 50-some plus years old. He's at -3. He's only 2 back.
You just like him because he's an old dog.
Well, absolutely right. But you got to have experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys sometimes don't have the patience or experience. And I think some of the older golfers, or specifically the European golfers, they know how to play these Publix courses and these, as you call them, the goat tracks.
That
are out there.
Like. Yep.
But they seem to understand how to play the wind, the rain, and quite frankly, it was a beautiful day.
It was a great day to play.
Gorgeous day out there this morning.
By the way, we're going to have former U.S. Open winner Steve Jones. He's coming up roughly in about 10 minutes from right now, and we'll get his thoughts on the Goat Trail, which is the golf course that they are playing on across the pond. Manuch, we talked about this a little earlier in the show when the news broke that in the NFL, the Washington Commanders are no longer owned by Daniel Snyder. They have officially been approved by the NFL owners to the tune of over $6 billion. When Snyder bought the team, he paid $800 million for the team. He sells it for over $6 billion. That is more than 700% he made on his investment.
A pretty good investment, I would say. And maybe now that the sales happen, that the demons have been exercised.
I hope you're right.
And I think a lot of Commander fans and I know there are a lot of former players out there. You guys had Mark May on last week, are probably hoping that this team, this new ownership group, can turn the corner and leave that behind and move forward and let all that stuff that Daniel Snyder's got. He's going to have to go deal with some stuff now.
Yeah, he is.
In the National Football League. And I think from here on out, when you talk about a new stadium, you talk about new ownership, infusing energy, infusing money, infusing wins, getting this storied franchise back to where they always were.
Correct.
I mean, I can never remember, Jimmy, the Redskins or the Redskins back in the day.
Correct.
Not being in the playoff hunt,
a contending
year after year after year.
Yep.
And to see the last several years, you're like, damn. And sometimes, I don't know if you call it karma or whatever you want to call it. If you don't attend to shop and go and continue to improve on your product, other teams are going to catch up with you and move beyond you. And I, quite frankly, Jimmy, watching this Commanders team the last couple of years, I felt there was kind of a rudderless boat out there.
I'm with you.
Without direction or without, that push or that infusion. Yeah, you get the draft choices. You get a free agent here and there. I just, quite frankly, felt it was just like blah.
Yeah.
And that's abnormal for Commander fans to not have that great franchise not be in the thick of it every year.
All right, so we all know that Daniel Snyder was being investigated by the National Football League. Now that the sale has taken place, the NFL is releasing some of its findings that they had on Daniel Snyder. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I'll just give you a couple.
Do I need to put a seatbelt on and hands it to?
Yes, you better right
Be careful,
now. Hang on, brother. Mary Jo White and her investigative team, this is what they came up with, stating that the Commanders withheld approximately $11 million in revenue that should have been shared with other teams. $11 million that should have been shared with other teams.
Owners don't care if it's $5.
Nope.
If you're not sharing that, that is a huge faux pas for those owners.
And the investigation also found that the owner, Daniel Snyder, sexually harassed a former team employee. So there's many more. I'm not going to go through a list, but it gets worse.
Sooner or later, your sins find you out, right, Jimmy?
Yes, they do.
Sooner or later, that's going to come back to haunt you. And, there's quite a bit of that stuff. And also the emails that John Gruden had been shared.
Correct.
That led to a lot of it.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot that's here, folks. If you get a chance, just read the Daniel Snyder, this scenario. Not a good dude whatsoever.
No.
And when you read this, you go, well, what took him so long? And then you had some whistleblowers, and then you had some other people corroborate.
Yes,
with those whistleblowers, the stories. And then as the National Football League looked into it more and more and more, that trail is, is very bright. I mean, excuse me, not bright, but very dark. But it led to a trail of all the misgivings by Daniel Snyder and some of his executives that are also part of the situation.
They're all out as well. Quickly, Manuch had a excellent question today for our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. I was stunned. It rarely happens, but it is a good one today.
Blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while,
I got
Jimmy.
you, brother. And it all came because of what Steve Keim, the former general manager of the Cardinals, said yesterday on the Colin Cowherd show. And Manuch, you were dead on where after Keim did his little jabs at Kyler Murray with this question.
Yeah, do you give Kyler Murray a pass on evaluating him this year for the future because of the knee injury? So you can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. And yes, needs a full year is one of the answers. Or no, has large sample size already. And currently, Jimmy, it's at 50-50.
1 minute.
For that, then now it's at, yes, needs a full year. It's just pumped 54.5% to 45.5%.
Okay.
So some of the, I think, true Cardinal fans are leaning that way, that it needs a full year. So we'll get to the end of this at the end of the show and see where it ends up. Me personally, I've already seen enough. I think this is a big year for him.
Okay.
I think this is a situation where he's got to improve.
Whether if he only plays 10 games, let's say he doesn't get in until game 6.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
If he's released
and
he's healthy, we need to see, unfortunately, going into your 5th year, we should have already seen the next step in Kyler Murray, but he got hurt. So now we need to see him take his game to an all-new level with more consistency, with more growth. And I think those are some of the things that if you're needing another year to watch Kyler Murray, you know what? I've already seen enough.
Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen the scenario. I don't think that he's going to get into a situation unless this offense just happens to fit him. But I can't see him being as diverse as he can coming off that knee injury with this new offense. So
fair enough.
If he falls flat on his face, this team falls flat on its face, and they have that chance to get that first-round pick, I can't wait to grab one Caleb Williams of USC to be my first pick as quarterback.
There you go. We will discuss that as well when we have Howard Balzer on the show at 3:30. Coming up, a quick break. We're going to have a conversation with player and former U.S. Open champion Steve Jones. He's fishing right now in Montana, but he's still going to join us via the cell phone. Oh, technology's a wonderful thing. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Wreck on the Santan Freeway, southbound 202 near Guadalupe Road, sitting off left. A crash partially blocking the eastbound 60 Val Vista Drive off-ramp. Heavy traffic, 10 westbound, 24th Street over to 7th Avenue. A crash on Dynamite in 52nd Street. And a building fire, Broadway in Dobson. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Attention all basketball-loving girls in the East Valley. Do you dream of joining the top basketball club in the state? Now's your chance. Arizona Elite is hosting tryouts for girls ages 3rd through 8th grade on August 1st and 3rd at Legacy Park. Arizona Elite is the premier basketball club in town, celebrating its 26th season of excellence. Learn more today at ArizonaElite.net. That's ArizonaElite.net. Don't miss the Arizona Elite tryouts for girls ages 3rd through 8th grade on August 1st and 3rd.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Where are we in the lineup? It's official. Avery is producing Main Street Music Days.
We need to be ready. We're going to have lots of people. What's the status on the new sound engineer?
They need an audio technician to keep things level from sound checks to encores.
But your audio from one stage does not compete with another.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What started as a pitcher's duel between Cy Young candidates Zach Allen and Spencer Strider through 5 scoreless innings ended with the D-backs losing 7-5 to the Braves. The Pac-12's 2023 preseason football poll has ASU finishing 10th and U of A finishing 8th. The first round of the Open Championship is in the books, with Crystal Lamprecht and Tommy Fleetwood tied atop the leaderboard at 5 under par. World number 1 Scotty Scheffler is at 1 under. I'm Joel Stern.
This is NFL quarterback Rodney Peete, and here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by AutoZone.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's number 1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody. Yes, we're at Twin Peaks here in Camelback. You can just come on out. Already a great crowd. Everybody enjoying some libations and having some dinner, or I should say afternoon lunch here at Twin Peaks. The ladies are here. And all of the baseball games, the horse racing, the golf, everything are on the big screens here at Twin Peaks. And we are going first round of the British Open. It's always fun when we have Steve Jones on, PGA Champions Tour player, 1996 U.S. Open champ. And all of the baseball games, the horse racing, the golf, everything are on the big screens here at Twin Peaks. And we are going first round of the British Open. It's always fun when we have Steve Jones on, PGA Champions Tour player, 1996 U.S. Open champ. But I have to open the show because Steve sent us a picture of him holding a very nice sized trout.
Huge.
He is fishing in Montana. But, Steve, I need the whole story. You said you lost other fish. What happened?
Now, we were wondering when you're going to have that big old fish fry going on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's brutal. That's a sore subject. Yeah, we just actually caught quite a few today, and kind of had a little snag there and lost them on the stringer, unfortunately.
How do you lose? So, Steve, how many fish do you think you lost?
Yeah.
And how many pounds of fish do you think that you lost when this string of fish wasn't secured on your boat?
Well, legally, we only had about 6 fish on there, but illegally, maybe 20 or 30. No, it was going to be a good fish fry tonight. So, oh well. Now, of course, after that hour and a half ago that happened, we haven't caught one fish since.
That's great. That's great. All right, Steve, let's turn to the British Open real fast. Hey, they had great conditions today. The wind didn't really blow up until later in the afternoon, but no rain. The sun was out. The tide was out. It made it very picturesque. Your thoughts on what you witnessed on day one of the British Open on that course?
Yeah, I actually got to watch some of it here on the river, believe it or not, and this morning early. But yeah, it's all about the weather there. If you don't have the wind or rain, if you get that 5 to 10 miles an hour wind, of course it's going to be gettable. I think at this course they have a lot of bunkering that is in play off the tee, so without the wind bouncing around a little bit, but if it gets to blowing, it could become a bigger factor. So yeah, that's a big thing. It was a cool story with Matthew Jordan. I guess he's won 3 club championships there and played pretty well there, so he knows the course well. So it's kind of cool to see a guy like that play well.
Yeah, he's -2 currently on the day. Shoots a 69. When you play these courses, are they truly pub links courses pretty much? And you got the wind with you, against you, sideways, and how much knowledge is like a Matthew Jordan? Not that he's going to share any of that knowledge. Comes into play, understanding what you have to deal with.
Yeah, that's huge. It makes it so much easier. You can not play your best golf and still finish under par. I think a lot of those guys that know those courses really well. But it's all conditions. You play it in the morning, it's not blowing. The afternoon it blows 30, and you're going to be way ahead of the field. So, kind of flip of the coin. Who gets the best conditions, that really makes the difference.
It's interesting, Steve, because you look at the leaderboard and you see you only see 4 American flags in the top 15 or so, and you just wonder, does it play into the hands of the European players in reference to this kind of course, this kind of play?
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, I think we definitely have enough good players that know how to play those courses. It's just we'll see what happens the next couple of days. But I definitely like Brian Harman's been playing really well, and obviously some other guys, Scheffler and different guys, and Spieth is right there, so he's won before. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm definitely going to be watching this weekend.
How about Stuart Sink? -3. One of the old guys out there shoots a 68.
Yeah, I talked to him the last at the PGA Senior, and he definitely said he wanted to keep playing. He's got a chance to, move up the money list there, and he said he's going to keep playing. But I think the Champions Tour, I think he finished second and third or something. The last few majors he played in, and gives him a lot of confidence. And then he goes back to the regular tour, and you keep making birdies, and he knows he's playing well, and he wasn't ready to give up the regular tour yet, and rightly so. He still hits it long enough, and he's definitely got an all-around good game.
Steve Jones is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, I was just waiting for you to come on the show so I could fire this question at you. In your golfing time on any course, have you ever taken out a putter and putted in a bunker because you couldn't get the ball out with your sand wedge, so you had to putt it to move it to a different location in the trap before you could hit the shot?
Well, I actually saw that replay, but no, I haven't had to do that. I have putted out of bunkers before, as did Tom Pertzer when he won Colonial years ago. But some of those bunkers, yeah, you just got to get it back in a position where you can at least try to get it out.
I was shocked when I saw that.
Well, and then to see so many guys either go right, left, or as Jimmy alluded to, putt to a spot where you have a good shot. I mean, can you carry your own ladder on your bag when you go over to the British Open to get down in those bunkers and get out?
Yeah, you want to stay away from as much as you can. That's for sure. And I think I'm not sure Tiger hit very many drivers when he won, and he just wasn't hitting them in the bunkers, and that was the key.
You know, I'm real curious your thought. I mean, when we watch it on TV, it just looks like a goat trail. It is what it does. You've been there. You've played on those links courses. What's it like? And please give our listeners the difference between being there and then in that rough with the fescue and everything, as compared to what you see in the States.
And what time do they take the goats off the course so you guys can play?
I've definitely played courses over there in Wales where they had sheep and goats on the course. Actually, it was a public course, and that's funny you say that because that's kind of what you think of. But no, it's I love that type of golf. I just think it's so different that we get over here, and there's obviously places like Bandon Dunes and Sand Valley and different places in the U.S. that you can go get that experience. But I love it. It's so different. It's all about conditions. You know, if it's blowing 40 and rainy, it's not fun anywhere. But I love the imagination where, especially when you can get, you know, I can hit shots over 300 yards again, you know, when I play links, if it's downwind. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to get that ball rolling and bouncing around. And the greens were always a little bit slow for me. It wasn't my favorite type of course just because of the greens were slower with my bullseye. But that was kind of kept me from playing really well. I finished 15th and 16th a lot, but just couldn't break through.
Steve, does the strategy change just based on the weather? Because I was going to ask you, where do you make your move on the front side or back side? Or I guess you don't know until that you look at the weather and the wind and the rain on when you can be aggressive, when you can't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could switch around on you a couple times, and you just don't know. But you know what? You just try to hit your shot and go find it and do it again. And sometimes you get the bad breaks where you play in more wind than the other guy, and sometimes you don't. So that's just the way it goes.
Steve, do you have a favorite in this tournament, or a couple of guys that you favor as we get ready for round 2 tomorrow?
Well, you always, you wonder when is Fleetwood going to, turn it on, because he's just there so often. And obviously all the guys that are up in the top 20, 25, and there's a lot of guys that are experienced, a lot of guys that aren't. But we're just boating the dock actually right now. Sorry about that if it's too loud.
That's all right.
It's a lot of fun to see how these guys pull this thing up here a little bit.
Don't fall in.
Yeah, be careful, Steve.
I'll send you a picture of a friend of mine that fell in here in a second.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait.
So Steve, leave us with this. That photo we were going to post, but I guess it's gone now. So since all your 6 fish are gone, what's going to be the soup du jour at the cabin tonight?
Oh man, Yeah, we'll probably just make some hamburgers.
That's great. That's great.
Oh,
All right. All right. Look, we'll let you dock the boat.
Hey, and to use a golf acronym, just keep swinging, my man.
That's
Just keep
it.
swinging.
You got it.
I agree totally. But yeah, I look forward to watching some golf this weekend.
Thank you,
guys.
brother. You enjoy your fishing trip. We always appreciate you, Steve. Thank you.
We're not happy with us about right now. Busting his chops.
I know.
So wink, wink. They might have had 6 fish. But they were big fish. And if you're just tuning in, Steve Jones, former U.S. Open champ, 1996, out fishing all morning. He sent us a photo of one's about 5.5 pound trout.
Yeah.
He said the fly fishing, but on the top of the water, blah, blah, blah. He's just popping off and goes, oh, damn. He goes, yeah, we'll get a good reception on the river, but we just lost our line of fish. Gone. So they're going back up the river to see where's that line of fish. Hell, if they unhook, they're gone.
They're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, that is a great story. Look, we always appreciate Steve coming on the show, but he outdid himself this time.
He is so proud of how well they were doing.
Oh,
this morning,
man, he
too.
was. Yeah, and then, we got a major
Hey,
problem.
just like the game of golf, 5 birdies in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, then I got 3 doubles.
Oh.
Just not good.
Yow. All right, we continue on, and we are broadcasting today, always Thursday, at a Twin Peaks location. Today, we are at Camelback. That's where you can find us. Come on out, Manuch will kiss babies and sign on.
Damn right, man.
Yeah, he's good at that. Hey, everybody, as we continue on, Cardinals beat writer Howard Balzer of GoPHNX.com is going to be our guest. We'll get into everything as the Cardinals get ready to head to summer camp. That's right next on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Pac-12's 2023 preseason football poll has the Sun Devils projected to finish 10th and the Wildcats 8th. The conference's media day is tomorrow. Coach Kenny Dillingham, tight end Jalen Conyers, and defensive back Jordan Clark are representing ASU. For U of A, it's head coach Jed Fish, quarterback Jaden DeLaura, and quarterback Trey Dan Stukes. What started as a pitcher's duel between Cy Young candidate Zach Allen and Spencer Strider through 5 scoreless innings ended with the D-backs losing 7-5 to the Braves. The Mercury go for a second straight win tonight out of the All-Star break in their game against the Chicago Sky. I'm Joel Stern on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Some of those hot temperatures continuing on your Thursday and through the rest of your work week. We'll see a high of 118 and overnight low 93. Excessive heat warning issued until Friday evening. Friday will also see 118, overnight low 95. Saturday 115. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. They're your high-rolling, fine dining, lounging poolside and living lodge with entertainment and excitement you won't find anywhere else in the desert. Let them show you what next level is about. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you. For more information, visit FlateHila.com.
You hear it now, the lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Make the right choice, Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale. There are so many dealers to choose from, but there's only one that truly cares about the people here in Arizona. Wright Toyota is family owned. They are not some huge corporation led by a bunch of bean counters that are all just concerned with the bottom line. The family at Wright Toyota invests in the community and local charities. Proceeds from every car sold goes directly back to the people in need. Wright Toyota is even dog friendly. If you just want to shop from home, log on to WrightToyota.com for their full inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's right, the right place, the right selection, the right people. Wright Toyota on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at WrightToyota.com.
Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong. At Wright Toyota, well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong. At Wright Toyota, well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong.
All right, got Howard Balzer on the line.
Didn't do. When your liberty is on the line, you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights. Lerner Law Group is the firm you can trust with your freedom.
Yeah, sure thing.
Defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state, and with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. Call Lerner Row today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Golfers, swing into Van's Golf Shops. We've been serving golfers since 1963. Let us help you find the hottest gear from bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. All in stock at the best prices. Come in and test drive the latest arrivals from Titleist, TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, and more. While you're there, get custom fit by one of our golf experts. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Now save up to 60% on select notebooks, markers, and more. At Staples, school savings are always in session. Offer ends July 29th. Prices may vary in store and online. School on, save on at Staples.
He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for
You guys are hot.
GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We're rolling to you live until the top of the hour. We are at the Camelback location, Twin Peaks, right here. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM, HD2, and also on the iHeartRadio app. Howard Balzer, as the voice radio guy referenced, is now our guest, and we are talking NFL and Cardinals football. Howard, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you guys are doing well too, and a great atmosphere there. So good to be with you.
All right, we're not going to waste any time. Yesterday, Steve Keim, former Cardinals GM, Tuesday, yes, came out with his comments on the Colin Cowherd show on Fox Sports 910, and taking shots at Kyler Murray. So let's start first, because Manuch and I are going to pick your brain on what that scenario was. Where were you on Keim's comments, and where are you on Kyler Murray?
Well, I think that. I think Keim had some decent points in what he said, but it looked to me that he was kind of nitpicking in terms of, talking about Kyler blaming others. I mean, I didn't see it as blaming others. I mean, his basic line that he was objecting to was where, Kyler said, hey, if the you-know-what ain't working, then we all have to look in the mirror. And I think that's true. That should be true on any team. He didn't say they have to look in the mirror. He said we. So he included, himself in that if it isn't working. So I think that was, a tad overboard. I don't know, why he interpreted that quote as that. And, there's another guy that was on Cowherd's show, Jason McIntyre, who went totally ballistic and was talking about Kyler Murray's mom he heard doing his laundry and, this and that, and used the word accountable like accountable or accountability 5 times. And when I read what he said, I said, didn't he notice, or didn't he, or see, I'll bet he didn't even watch the flight plan. And because in that deal, Kyler talked about how he's excited for the way that things are now, and that, the new group is holding people accountable. So by saying that, he's acknowledging that everybody has to be accountable. So I don't get some of the shots sometimes. I mean, I know it's the atmosphere we're in, and people kind of look for things and, want to elevate themselves with comments and, and all that. But, I thought, now granted, the whole flight plan thing we always have to take into account was team produced.
Yes.
This was their production. And anything Kyler said was said to, the people working for the team. We as a group of media haven't had the opportunity to talk to him yet. I don't know if that's going to happen next week or when that's going to be, but bottom line is, I think that he's in a good place right now as he tries to rehab from this. I believe that he was humbled by that. And now with a new coach, new GM, I mean, he realizes that it's starting over for everybody. So I don't know what the point is in taking gratuitous shots at time. If someone says something that's totally out of line, then hey, they have to be, quote, accountable for it. But I didn't see that very much in what Kyler Murray said.
I would have liked to heard Steve kind of talk about some of the lack or the accountability he had or didn't had with his years at the Cardinals. Say, hey, look, there's some things I could have done better, blah, blah, blah. And I listened to his comments about Murray a couple of times, Howard. I had to listen twice, 3 times ago. Are these backhanded compliments? Is he dissing the kid or whatever? Because there was a mixed message in there. I listened to it quite a couple of times, which I thought might have been maybe some shots across the bow at the organization as well. And Kyler Murray just happened to be the focal point of that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And I think with some of the things he said that hey, when the quarterback is the guy that gets the slings and arrows. When things aren't going well, then and I've always said, I think quarterbacks get too much of the blame when things are going bad, and too much of the credit when things are going well, because it is obviously a team sport. But yeah, I thought that's why I said I think a couple of things he said in there. You understand a little bit where he was coming from, but this is a guy that supported Kyler Murray, all along.
3 minutes.
I think at some points he has said that, hey, Kyler Murray helped get me a contract, extension. And so, of course, it didn't work out very well there and everything else. But yeah, I don't know when, if ever, he's going to do that interview with someone that, really talks about his tenure, with the team, and talks about it honestly, mistakes, but pluses. I think sometimes that he gets blamed for a lot of stuff that I think sometimes is a little overboard. I mean, I saw somewhere where someone was taking the task for last year for re-signing Zach Ertz and James Conner and A.J. Green, and overpaying them. I mean, A.J. Green hardly made any money. So I think sometimes, the flip side is, the media looks for, a lot of negatives, and sometimes, talks about stuff that maybe isn't really, isn't worth going after. But hey, that's the atmosphere we live in. And I'm like
2 minutes.
Real curious if at some point he not only talks about everything that happened, but hey, let's tell everybody what went on last year when he walked away from the team and took the leave of absence. What was going on with you? I think that would be interesting to hear, but who knows if that'll ever happen.
Howard Balzer is our guest. It's a great read, everybody. He's terrific at what he does. You can find him at GoPHNX, always on Twitter at HBalzer721. Howard Manuch is already given his opinion. He is out on Kyler Murray. He believes that he's already shown who he is. Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day offers up the question of, because of the knee injury, does Kyler Murray get a pass this upcoming
1 minute.
season? Or if he really doesn't show that much, it would be no. And do you take, with the number 1 pick overall, Caleb Williams out of USC? Where are you?
Well, that's a big question with everything. And we the thing is, I mean, there's so many different opinions on this, and Manuch might end up being right about that. But we kind of have to let it play out. We don't even know when he's going to be ready to play, and then when he does play, what does the team look like around him? But I think this organization wants to see him on the field, this year, and then they can make it. Then they can make a decision going forward. I think and the one thing Time said is the team's in a tough predicament, and he's right about that. Because here's the deal. If he comes back and doesn't play well, whether that's because of his own poor play, whether it's the stuff going on around him, is he really 100%? Is he not able to do the things that he's capable of doing? Because they're in a tough predicament going into next year, because if you draft Caleb Williams, what do you do with Murray? I mean, he's got a tremendous amount of guaranteed money next year, and the only way in my mind it looks like to get out from under that contract next year and the salary cap ramifications are if you're able to trade him if you decide to move on. Well, guess what? If he doesn't play well, or if he goes out there and gets hurt again, he's had a bunch of injuries in his first 4 seasons, who's going to trade for him and take on that contract and give up anything of value in draft picks? So it is a very tough, position for this team to be in. I think that's why what they're hoping for is, hey, get him out there, hope he plays well, and shows that he's worth, continuing to build this new team around and see where it goes from there. If it doesn't work in a couple of years, there's going to be another Caleb Williams. There's going to be other quarterbacks. People act like this is the last good quarterback that's ever going to be drafted in the National Football League. But I think next year makes it really difficult, to have that happen because of those things, that I've talked about.
Now it's a no-brainer. I will start the GoFundMe page if I got to contribute to move Kyler Murray on for one Caleb Williams, because he's one of the generational kind of kids. So I'll contribute at least $50 to make that thing happen. Yeah. So just to kind of that'll really help with the whatever it is like a 50, like a 45, something like that. I got to go look at it really closely. But it's close to a $50 million cap hit. Sure.
That you would take. Yeah, that you would take, maybe even more if he moves on, unless he's traded. Now, if he traded, someone picks up all that guaranteed money. All of a sudden, it becomes a little bit easier to stomach. But everybody giving money doesn't help the salary cap. And everyone's talked about how much cap space they're going to have next year, these extra draft choices they're going to have. And all of that, but that remains to be seen if it will be the case, and that's why I think from the team standpoint, they're hoping that it works out, and then with those extra draft picks, we'll see where they end up, and what the Cardinals' pick is, what Houston's pick is, then they can get a lot more younger players in here, and who knows how much they could get if they end up with the first pick, and be able to trade that thing. But, again, a lot has to happen between now and next April to have any real handle on what the situation will be.
I'll say Kyler Murray for 10 of those 11 draft picks. We're done. Let's go. Let's go get Kyler. Let's go get Caleb.
Howard, thank you as always, pal. We've run out of time in this segment. It's great when you come on. Appreciate you, brother.
My pleasure. I got a new story going up soon on PHNX about all this craziness, and for those who like the podcast, I'll be on the podcast today at 4:00. So we'll hope everybody tunes in.
All right, awesome. That's Howard Balzer, everybody. Great reads at GoPHNX. You can follow him on HBalzer. This is Twitter at HBalzer721. All right, we continue to broadcast live as we get ready to close things out here. Twin Peaks on Camelback. Coming up, it's our Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Check this out. This is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited. With Colin Cowherd.
I know you think you know. Hey, Manuch, can I get you to do the promos real quick?
That's really important.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Valley traffic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Just about cleared an earlier crash on the Santan if you're southbound on the 202 near Guadalupe Road, sitting off right along with the tow truck. There's your wreck eastbound 60 at the Val Vista Drive off-ramp, sitting off left. A lot of traffic downtown Phoenix on 10 westbound 24th Street over to 7th Avenue. A crash on Dynamite Boulevard and 52nd Street. I'm Lee Powell, Valley Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Kaiko Roofing.
There's been such a lack of rain in the valley. You may have an issue with your roof and not even know it. And they're calling for more rain. Call the company that's been in the valley for over 27 years for a free roof checkup. 602-944-4600 or go to KaikoRoofing.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional, old-world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Are you shivering in the cold or sweating buckets in the heat? Say goodbye to discomfort with the AC Doctors same-day heating or cooling installation service.
AC Doctors, the only doctors who still make house calls. How can we transform your indoor
I'm going to go ahead and play the Canzone clip. That's all right for the one call.
Make it happen.
Absolutely. Our skilled technicians will make you feel just right before you can say perfect temperature.
Don't suffer any longer. Trust family-run AC Doctors with over 20 years of experience for prompt and efficient same-day.
Yeah, the Calzone clip.
Year-round comfort. Call the AC Doctors 602-767-7435 or visit theacdoctors.com to make your perfect temperature our priority.
AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I'm looking for fuel injector cleaner.
Right now, buy a bottle of Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner and get one free. Only at AutoZone.
Will it also help with my mileage?
Everything you need to restore your performance in MPGs.
Wait, is it good for trucks too?
Whatever vehicle you have, you can find the right products and parts at AutoZone.
AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Dominic Canzone, fly ball right field. Acuna will turn and watch this one go. Dominic Canzone.
You guys are hot.
Backs answer right back again. The rookie with his first major league home run. And again, what a moment for it. Dominic Canzone makes it 3-1 Diamondbacks. Home run number 1.
Three minutes.
International School of Cruising is therefore across the pond and doesn't need the British Open. The first defense.
2 minutes.
7 p.m. Also, the Turkey races to go 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and some of the later ones are the latest tea time we're looking at is 7:54 a.m. I mean, we'll be up. We'll be texting each other for free. And it goes to better late for us. Stay with the right there. We're currently for table on a rabbit. Before we get all the answers to our state free workmanship for the rest of the day, just going to add for it. Continue to vote. You give Canterbury a pass. Are they all running one this year for the future because of the knee injury? Here are your answers. Yes, you need to prove it. Or no. Everybody have a word sample size. Currently in the clubhouse, 54.5% say yes, it's a full year. And no, that's a word sample size already. 45.5% have voted no. I already have a word sample size. It comes back.
1 minute. 30. Ten.